Hello, TCL fans, and welcome to day 3 of week 1 of TCL season 8. I am your commissioner and today's host, Abarn. I am here alongside Mr. Microscopic and Tiny Rick. Mr. Rick, it's nice to have you here. We don't get you on the booth that often, and I don't actually think we've ever casted together. So, welcome to the best night of your life, my friend. How you doing?
Well, it is an absolute pleasure to be joining you tonight, Mr. Abarn. And that is correct. We have not streamed together yet, but I am looking forward to it. Looking forward to a good night and hoping that we have a good one.
Hoping we have a good one as well. We have today Off the Leash, which is captained by Mr. Eli, I'll take mid, against No Reply, which is captained by the TCL newcomer Payne Pecco. Now, I played a couple games against Payne Pecco. I will say his mages are trash. His assassins are pretty good. Of course, we could say pretty much the same about our we could say the same about our boy I'll take mid, and so we will surely have a very interesting matchup in that mid lane tonight. But we got a lot of other players that aren't just mid lane. And Tiny Rick, first of all, as the jungler here on the cast, we've got Spurg versus Lil Chuck. What do you have to say about that matchup here?
A good question. Spurg, obviously, he has some experience in TCL, so that helps. He's been around for a while. Lil Chuck has come and gone. So it's going to be interesting to see how things play out. I think Spurg has a deeper pool, but Lil Chuck also tends to surprise me with what he whips out.
That's that's a good one. Yes. Lil Chuck also does surprise me with what he whips out. I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. Tonight you will be getting these two. By the way, for the cast, fun fact: how I met Tiny Rick. He was my college roommate freshman year. Very fun, and so we will be having a couple beverages on the cast to celebrate old times. And surely we will get stupider as the night goes on. That was already going to happen, but it's especially going to happen tonight. Here in the top lane, we've got our friends Sir Aaron and Calbert. Now, I've been watching a lot of that, but before I talk about it, why don't you tell me about your feelings of this matchup here?
Another one that I think they play a couple of the same champions. I see a lot of Mordekaiser from both of them, Urgot from both of them. So I'm curious to see how that plays out. I like Sir Aaron. He's got a wind under his belt. I think Calbert won last season, and Sir Aaron won 2 seasons before. So these guys are both heavy hitters, and looking forward to see what we have here. I'm surprised we haven't seen a Gragas ban yet, because it seems that Off the Leash has been just flexing it everywhere. So I'm curious to see if we're going to see a Gragas tonight on Off the Leash.
Well, it's possible. I will say Calbert right here, and usually I don't like to talk about these things on stream because someone might be watching. I think anybody who doesn't know that he would like to play Tahm Kench top is trolling at this point. That's why the ban came out. My question is, while he's been playing really well, we're going to see the same type of gameplay if he's off of the Tahm Kench? There's an infamous picture going around of him doing 50,000 damage, by far the most on his team on the Tahm Kench. The question, once again, him being a first-time top laner, at least in TCL, is that going to be happening elsewhere? I don't know. So that's definitely what I'm curious about, but I'm getting trolled by Discord right here because it keeps pausing my Spotify. That's crazy. But yeah, anyway, that's my thoughts. But we do see the Draven come out from Off the Leash. That is going to our boy
Dirks, and he I did some research on him. It seems he only plays Draven and Ezreal, so it's kind of lucky, I think, that was able to come through for him.
This is interesting, by the way, for those because they switched from, I guess, summoner name to to using the Riot ID. For those that can see on the cast, it looks like Paris Baguette. That is Payne Pecco. It's going to show Jed T1. That is Jerks. When we're in game, it will actually show the correct thing. That's funny. That's just a little quirk of our software here. But yeah, so that Draven is going over. Draven picked by Jerks, friend of Coach. Very aggressive playstyle. I played a couple games with him, when we were doing customs before then. Definitely justified his first round pick. He is a very, very good player. Likes to play Samira, likes to play Draven, the really aggressive stuff. The question is with Caridian picking the Caitlyn, which actually is a really, really good counter against Draven, will he be able to pop off even with that Nautilus in his lane? That's the question that we're going to be asking ourselves going into this game here. Nothing else interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the setup's pretty good. You got Jarvan, who, he's aggressive. He can gank early. Nautilus is aggressive. So I think it's going to be pretty crucial for them to try to get ahead early and not just let Caitlyn and Braum sit back and kind of just turtle the lane until the team phase comes.
For sure, agreed. And I like to note that this was a Lilia picked by our friend, whether you call him Velvety Pigeon, whether you call him Chuck. He is, once again, Velvety Pigeon here as a summoner name, but he will show Lil Chuck in-game because that's what he changed it to. Interestingly enough, that is like the canonical Spurg champion. And so for Chuck to be picking it, against Spurg, who is definitely known as one of the best junglers in TCL, almost like a middle finger to him, right? Like, oh, you're going to pick Jarvan? All right, I'm going to pick your champion, and I'm going to beat you on it. And I think that's what he's going to be hoping to show.
Chuck just being a slithery snake, like always.
Slithery snake. The Nico comes in. We've already seen an Echo ban, a Diana ban, and a Nico ban against I'll Take Mid. But interestingly, and I'm gonna consider that there's a potential Silas option here, which is something he likes to play.
Yeah.
Obviously, plays really well with the Jarvan and the Nautilus here.
Yeah, unless they finish off with a Silas ban, I could see that coming out too. And if he doesn't get that, then we're probably looking at a Syndra, maybe even a Galio. I'd like to see Galio. I like when Eli busts out the Galio.
Yes, Jarvan Galio is an especially good team comp here. The problem is that you're going to really need to trust Sir Aaron to actually bring the damage home here. Certainly is a possibility, and especially if our friend... oh, wait, sorry. The Jarvan's picked by Spurg. Now I'm just the one trolling. I've had like half a glass of wine, and I'm already trolling. Not a chance that gets locked in. He will not play it. Not even possible. Okay, so noting, I don't think Galio would be any good here because you're against a Draven, you're against a Jarvan. I guess possibly depending on matchup, but you're certainly not going to pick it not knowing what what the enemy mid is going to pick here. I guess he does have last pick, so we'll see. All right, Syndra taken by Pain Pekko. Once again, interesting. Locks that mage. I'm a little bit curious. I do think that if there's anybody who can abuse somebody on a mage, it's going to be I'll Take Mid, abusing the new mid laner Pain Pekko. Hopefully we're going to see one of mid's infamous champions. That's what we're hoping to see. And he does have last pick, so the excitement can be drummed up here. The Mordekaiser.
Overall, I think that was a good move by Jerks or by Pain Pekko to pick up that Syndra before I'll Take Mid had a chance to pick it, because I know he likes playing Syndra. This is kind of leaving I'll Take Mid. Maybe they want him to come out with the Silas, because Syndra's ult's not really the greatest to steal, I would say.
Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, he's going to do it anyway. Okay. Yeah, that was... Yeah, we kind of saw that coming. It is interesting because you're right. It is not very good. The Jarvan ult's fantastic. The Mordekaiser ult is definitely fantastic. Nautilus ult does what he wants. And I think at that point, it doesn't really matter that the Syndra isn't there. What you'll see is, and I'm curious if we're going to see a Q-Max from the Silas, because you have an option to Q-Max, completely destroy the wave, go find the jungler, steal his ult, come back, and then now you have kill threat. Or if we're going to see the traditional W-Max into E-Max from the Silas. That's something that we have ahead of us, which will be curious.
Yeah. No, I think the draft kind of shaped out quite well. I think that Pain Pekko seemed to probably come into it with a little bit more, I just want to say planning. It just seemed that they had their things kind of figured out beforehand. I did like the Caitlyn Braum. That's a great combo. They practiced that a lot, so I think that'll go well. Any other thoughts that you have?
Well, I do have to do the Gamba here because for those of you that are tuning in here, I am both producing and casting. So if you see something completely terrible, just try not to make fun of me too much. The Gamba should be live here. So go ahead, use those earned channel points for those of you that are rich with them. Let's get in on the Muns. Go ahead and vote. And while we're voting in Twitch chat, Mr. Rick, I got two questions for you. Number one, who do you think is going to win Game 1?
Game 1, I got to give it to Off the Leash, Eli's team. I scrimmaged them. I think they're pretty well organized. I think they're coming off into the season with a little head start because their team seems to be meshing quite well. There's a lot of returning players on that team, players that have played together often. Eli and Caridian have a history of friendship, so there's some strength there. I think that overall, as far as champion select goes, that's tough. I think these teams are quite even, but I don't know. What is your opinion on the comps?
I think both comps are good. I think they drafted into what they want to play. I really have nothing negative to say about that in any capacity. I think that from the engage realm off the leash, if they're able to actually press the go button and go in, they're going to see a lot of victory there if they have an ability to get on top of Caitlyn especially. But as we watch, oh, I actually have to change the sides that this is on. Sorry, everyone watching the cast. There, that is correct. So no reply is actually on blue side here. Yeah, the overlay is wrong. I apologize. As I told you, I'm casting and producing at the same time. It's really hard, guys. All right, give me a break.
Abarn is actually filling in for Toasty tonight because he was supposed to be here.
Yeah, Toasty hates
be here soon.
all of you. Yeah, Toasty was supposed to be here, and I got a direct message from Toasty, and he said, you know what? Heck all those people that watch TCL. I don't give a darn about them. I'm going to go do whatever I want. Yeah, so he's not here. Unfortunately, but he did say that word for word. I've got screenshots. I just can't post them now. Yeah, so it might be me. We might sub in Toasty. We will see how many more of these that we have before that happens. And then we will find out. But question number 2 for you, Mr. Tiny Rick, is you're drinking some bourbon. What's in that there bottle of bourbon?
That's a Bardstown Bourbon Company. New distillery in Kentucky, but it's aged 11 years and then finished in Founders KBS stout barrels. So it's a nice pour, 110 proof, quality stuff. How about you? What are you drinking?
So I joined a wine club. Joined a wine club in Italy. One of my super rich friends has basically like a vineyard owner guy who comes to the U.S. and does all of his sales in the U.S. Every single year. Yeah, and so I went to that thing, and I was like, I'm not buying anything. And then I had enough wine, and I was like, I'm buying something. Yeah, they kind of know what they're doing in terms of... Oh, we're getting... Sorry, folks, I am getting trolled by the...
Oh, looks like we got the boys heading down bot. Are we looking... We got a standard 5-point from the side of Off the Leash, but we got a cheesy start from the no reply. I like it.
Yeah, sorry, folks. I have to... I don't know why this isn't working. We got some kind of cropping issue here that I can't... I figured it out. Sorry about that, folks. Like we had a 2K monitor in here from the last person. What's the guitar? Actually, I have a lot of guitars to show you. I'll show you in the next break. That is just an Ibanez acoustic. I don't think there's anything particularly amazing about it, but I've got 2 Strats and a Les Paul that I quite love to my right here, so maybe I'll show you a little before we go into the next one. But we are here in-game officially. There was an invade. It looked kind of cool, and then it turned into nothing, so you guys missed nothing. Yeah.
It looks like all they were trying to do with that invade was just set up some vision, see where Lilia was starting her clear, and it looks like Jarvan's goal is to try to start opposite side to probably avoid the Lilias.
Yeah, no, 100%. So once again, I think that the matchup that we're going to be watching as we get into a lot of this game here is going to be this mid lane matchup of Pain Pekko versus I'll Take Mid. There's a lot of interesting gameplay that's going to happen here, and we actually saw I'll Take Mid here. And it's funny, I always accuse I'll Take Mid of not playing the game, and he only plays Team Deathmatch. I will say, though, he does have these like little macro things. You understand you have a possibility of a Jarvan level 2 ganking you, and he says, okay, we're going to put the ward here, make sure I can't get ganked, and also make sure that my jungler can't get invaded on the red side. Really smart, just general awareness playing against a champ like Jarvan and knowing what it's capable of.
Yeah, there were some good wards already placed out, just surrounded around Silas, just trying to make sure that there's nothing that happens. I agree with you there. It looks like junglers have flipped their sides now. They're going to the bottom side. Looks like maybe a full clear for both of them. No level 3 ganks.
Oh, uncharacteristic miss by I'll Take Mid, but he is able to dodge the Dark Sphere there from Syndra, which again, this is why he's so painful to play against. It's not that he necessarily hits anything, but you go in for the counter trade and he perfectly dodges it, and suddenly he has the HP advantage, and that's just how it's like to play against I'll Take Mid. It can be very frustrating.
Yeah, very oppressive.
Very
but
oppressive
at this point,
indeed.
Syndra's goal is kind of to just stay alive and make it to the late game, and she should come out on top in the late game.
Well, that's the hope, but, you know, especially as the Syndra changes. Oh, we have a hook in here on Caridian. Just going to take the quick trade. The Ignite is on. Nomad is getting hit down by the Draven. The flash is in, and that's going to be first blood for Jerks. 3 minutes and 30 seconds into the first game. That is first blood from the newcomer.
And that's what you love to see when you're Draven, an early kill. Nothing better than that coming from Draven and Nautilus. It was a great hook, great setup. Nice flash to finish it off. And Nautilus didn't even have to use his Ignite, it looks like, so that's good.
Yeah, Bush League is definitely one of the most prominent hookers in TCL, as we've seen, and he showed it right there with a fantastic hook onto the Caitlyn. While the Caitlyn was not the one that died, the Braum had to go in to save him, and yeah, the kill was picked up. Really great play, really great flash in and awareness of his damage from Jerks as well here. Cal and Sereren are going to be fighting to the death. W comes in from Set, and they'll just walk away with a nice little trade here.
Yeah, as a jungler, you really hate to see your team give up first blood before the 3:30 mark. You don't even have time to finish your first clear, and you've already got a lane that's down.
Well, I tell you, you probably know a lot about that.
Yep.
Because, you know, you lost.
But I like the matchup going on top here. This looks like it'll be a lot of fun to keep our eye on.
We got the gank coming in. Spurg on the bot lane, and Nomad with no flash. Caridian does flash, but I think he's still going to get run down. Exhaust is on. One more auto attack. He will get taken down. Nomad flashed on by Bush League. The passive will land. Jerks will cash out once more, and this is going to be a very scary bot lane here.
Just exactly what you want as a Draven. A nice 2-kill early start.
By the way, just to show it here, we are going to go back to see this right here. Calbert has gotten the solo kill onto Sereren. He goes in. He knows his damage. Sereren presumably has pressed W already, which is how he knows. No, W's still on. I don't know how he won this, honestly. The flash is over. That's a huge play from Calbert right there. Oh, wow. Man. Good for him.
Yeah, excellent play. He's shown that he's very versatile. He can play jungle. He can play top.
Yep, we're going to be fast-forwarding through this just to get back to live to keep this series going. We did just see that I'll Take Mid did go in. Wait a minute. Well, Calbert stays too long. The ult comes down. Sereren, who's only level 5, is able to find the solo kill at the last second, and he goes down and he dies for it too. For
the sacrifice, but it looks like the wave is going to be in his favor.
Yeah, it is going to be pushing in to him.
Hopefully he can catch that in time.
Yeah, still a bit of an unnecessary 1-for-1, but I guess we'll take it here. And yeah, the teams kind of regroup, go back, get some items, and come back for a little bit more.
We're seeing both objectives spawn at this point. We got Grubs and we got Drake. It looks like Jarvan is trying to start it a little ahead of himself here.
Yeah, he is going to start it. Lil Chuck is in. He knows he does not have the team. The Syndra has been zoned off for those that can see. And Spurg just realizes that the moment that I'll Take Mid goes on him, it's going to be a very, very scary thing. And so it actually looks like these are going to be completely uncontested, which is absolutely huge here for Off the Leash.
Yeah.
Oh, Syndra, the ult comes down. Pain Pekko barely makes it alive. Fantastic pressure from I'll Take Mid. This is where he kind of takes control. That's what we usually see, and that is not a pun. Yeah, anyway. So what's your thoughts on the start of this game, my friend?
Ah, man, after you get you get the mid lane pushed out, looks like Lilia is going top to try to mess with that, but I would have liked to see her head bot lane.
He is in. There's going to be a kill here. The ult goes on here to Lilia. Will he have enough damage? He wants to find the 1-for-1. One more Q will find it. Oh, but he comes out and the ult gets taken down from Calbert, and that's a fantastic play. Great job on Chuck. Great job from Calbert here.
Yeah, a lot of trust. and Calvert to be able to capitalize on that after the ult came out.
Yeah, you're right, 100%. And literally, he had like a quarter of a second to hit that before that last Q was potentially going to come down. Great play. And we got I'll take mid, getting a taste of his own medicine, walking into vision. He's going to miss. This might actually get a kill on I'll take mid. Great job from Payne Pecco, able to dodge that over the wall here. And the Draven is going to be able to come through with it. That is a huge play from Jerks, who is taking over this game.
Excellent snipe by the Draven, a good ult. That secures Drake. They're looking really good right now. Able to get the grubs, able to get the Drake. Both of these are going to be uncontested.
So do me a favor and help me understand right here. You got a fed Draven coming through here who at this point is already 1,000 gold ahead and counting. What's the strategy here? If you're off the leash, how do you maybe stop the burn? How do you prepare a better situation for the mid game? What do you have to do?
You might have to just give up on bot lane. Kind of just let Kate sit back and try to get as much farm as she can. But I think Chuck needs to try to spend as much time as he can top to keep set. Hopefully, you know, help the winning lane. It's usually the best thing you could do at this point in the game.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the Mordekaiser just having a little bit of trouble. He's did find one return kill, but he got solo killed. Then he took the 1-for-1, and then now he got ganked. And we have a 1-3 Mordekaiser who is very far down on gold. And the question is that you know, is Calvert going to be strong enough to counteract the Draven, dive on him with a big fat tank, or is the Draven just so far ahead that he's going to roll through this game?
Yeah, it's the League of Draven. At this point, he's going to be scary. You almost want to stay far, far away as much as you can. You do, and the Kate is strong, but it's unfortunate to see the Kate not necessarily able to be the counter we wanted it to. I will say Caridian looking really good with 82 CS. He's looking at about 9 CS per minute. And while he is down on gold because of the Draven passive, at least he is sort of aligned with the amount of gold he needs to have at this point of the game. So it is sort of the best that we can do. But yeah, unfortunately, someone is eventually going to have to deal with this Draven, and hopefully it's going to be a set and a Silas. Man, I love this. You show up the top. Looks like top's going crazy. Might get a solo. Oh, Mordekaiser almost with the solo kill.
Oh, he is in. Yep, sorry, I missed that. I was looking at Twitch chat. Almost on the solo kill, as you said. The flash going to come through
the flash
from Calvert. Really, really good flash. And Calvert lives, but Calvert's kind of playing in the fire here. Oh, we have a potential gank here. I don't think he's been seen. We have another gank mid too. Let's see what happens first here. We got a lot of interesting gameplay right here. We got Jarvan, who has come in on the mid lane, and he's gonna go in right here. I'll take mid. Should be able to come out. He grabs the Jarvan ult. Meanwhile, the Lilia still not seen. Lil Chuck sitting here sacking a whole lot of XP. Oh, Mordekaiser might be able to find the kill here. Calvert misses on it. The ult comes up, and Calvert, Serrera gets the solo kill on a huge play on Calvert right there.
Wow, you love to see it. That is just too much fun up there. Oh, now back to the bot lane. We got a serious fight going on.
I don't know what you talk about. Are you spectating my stream? There we go. The fight does come in, and the hook, the master hooker again on Caridian. Caridian's going to go down here. Will there be counterplay? I'll take mid with the Jarvan ult, massive Jarvan ult, but Syndra has shown up and unleashes hell on the Silas right there. The triple kill will come through for the Jarvan, but ultimately that's a huge roam there for Payne Pecco, able to match that right there. And yeah, we're going to see no reply coming in with the advantage.
Wow. That was just crazy. See, they answered it. They came down and they answered at the right time. All 4 of them showed up, and that's what you love to see, especially for a lane that's so far ahead. You just want to keep helping them, keep sending people bot.
Yeah, we like when they do that. I mean, that's the thing. The Draven has to keep getting far ahead. In that case, the Draven did not, but the Jarvan did, and we're going to see what looks at least like a full AD, maybe transition into Bruiser Jarvan build here. Very strong, but yeah, hopefully at least Lil Chuck here is able to return with some Grubuli to at least bring back a little bit.
Yeah, that's almost, and it looks like they should be able to get this uncontested. They're ready for it. The other team is not so much ready for it. We got a Braum doing a nice job, zoning out.
So talk to me about this top lane, because this is kind of fun. Actually, well, let's first see if Spurg here gets gone on. I'll take mid is going to go on this. Yeah, Spurg's out. He's fine. Players are happy. Everyone's going home well fed. All right, talk to me about the top lane matchup.
Oh, it's just a bloodbath up there. I mean, they're trading. It's almost even. I mean, look at the CS is even. I guess there's a kill difference, but I don't imagine the gold difference is too crazy at this point. One kill, what is that, 300 gold? Yeah, it looks like just a classic 1v1 solo lane. That's just a good time. We could probably just keep the stream on top lane and have a great game one.
We have an invade here from Spurg, looking to do a little bit of damage. Honestly, yeah, Set could come around here. This is his buddy. Spurg and Calbert are friends, but they're not on the Rift today because Calbert is going in, trying to do all the damage, and he actually interrupts it. That's a huge play from Calbert right there, but is he able to get the kill? The passive is on, the sleep is down. He's there, but will the return here come from Sir Aaron? Calbert is in the zone. He has been ulted, but now I'll take mid. He is up, and he has made it. The Syndra is not able to come back on the return. Chuck goes for the flash. The Unleashed, whatever it's called, is back onto him. Needs one more piece of damage. Doesn't get it! What's it called? Wow. Unleashed what? Something?
Oh, don't ask me. I'm not good with names.
Dude, I used to know all these. But, Unleashed Power. Thank you, Mr. Clover. It's the wine. It's not my brain. I promise my brain still works. King Clover backing me up in chat this entire time. Really appreciate the man. He's a good guy. He also has great hair, great dating prospects, you know, smart, high IQ. Really like him in all ways. So anyway, yeah, this is the kind of spicy gameplay that we hope to see from these two teams. And I gotta say, and that was a very I'll take mid thing, picks up some kills there. Pain Pekka looking good, but the ganks are coming onto bot lane. Jerks doesn't want to give this up. The TP is coming through, and they are going to back up here. Sir Aaron is in. He does not have the ult, so he's not going to be able to use that. Lil Chuck dives a little bit too far. If Sir Aaron's able to get out, this is a victory. They're going to take the 1-for-0. Great job from Sir Aaron, making sure the rest of the team can't get onto them as they're dealing with the Lilia. Chuck goes just a little bit too far, and this is going to mean a dragon here.
Wow, they're just taking it one by one. I'm telling you, you think that there's a lot of action going on top lane, but it is this bot lane where all the action is going on.
You know, listen, I watch these TCL teams. They pick scaling. They pick, they pick Azir. They pick Nautilus, jungle, they pick all these terrible picks. They do nothing all game, and then they wonder why they lost, and that's not what we're seeing this game. This is just some certified banger shit right here. The ult's going to come through. They're going to try to find Bush League, who buffers it perfectly, but the E is going to come through. Bush League has to flash away. Pain Pekko also flashes away. I guess a little bit worried about the sleep there. And, yeah, lots of actions, but not much of anything. And yes, I can put up the team things. There we go. Apologies for that. The team things are up, as Ryoklu had commented, and we are able to see summoners now. It is Summoner's Rift, after all. We should be able to see the summoners. Ashley of the Year, biggest fan of JJ in chat here watching. She watched last night. She might have watched night one. Hopefully she saw me smurf on the competition, and she is here for one more match. Shout out to Ashley of the Year in chat here.
How's it going, Ashley? Thanks for joining us. That's my shout out.
Yeah, we like her. She's good company. Sir Aaron, ult is in on Lil Chuck. He has been ganked, but he'd like to turn around. Yeah, we're saying call an ambulance, but not for me, because he finds the kill. Calbert finds himself in the middle of a couple people. The W is going to be able to not come through, and that's a little bit suspect right there. The engage was taken, but it got turned around onto them. That will turn onto a Herald, and that's a big win here for No Reply.
Yeah, I mean, just being at the right place at the right time. You want to take those fights when you're that far ahead, and what better time to do it than right next to Herald?
I'll take mid in a bit of a position. It is a 2v3. I don't think he realizes it, but if he's able to get all the damage on Sir Aaron, shield is down. He wants to find everything, and he goes way too deep. He's going to get absolutely smack dabbed in the middle. But right here, Caridian does come in, find it on Pain Pecco. The ult will come through, not enough on a Sir Aaron. And now Caridian is getting gone on a couple ultimate abilities. He is exhausted. It will not take enough. This is absolutely crazy. The TPs, the damage, everything coming through. Spurg finds the flag and drag onto 2 people here. Lil Chuck has joined the fight.
Draven
has some DOT, but Draven has showed up. Calvert is able to find the shield. That is a huge flash from Calvert. That is a great play. Fantastic mechanics, but the turnaround will come through. Draven a little bit more fed, and yeah, we got some interesting gameplay going on here.
Yeah, they just, I mean, for the side of off the leash, they just had to wrap that fight up sooner, because as soon as Draven showed up is when you are no longer in a fighting mood.
Yeah, when the Draven like runs from bot lane, you know that fight probably took a little bit too long. Our friend Jerks here with a whole lot of gold. He is over 2k up on the enemy Caitlyn, and he's going to continue getting more gold as long as he doesn't int completely at this point.
Yeah, that's fed Draven. It's something. Now, how often do we get to see Dravens in TCL? I feel like not often, so it's always nice when we see something like that.
You know, Loose have had the cojones to play it, but you don't see that many more from that. Again, TCL's like, we're going to pick Jinx, we're going to pick Nautilus, we're going to farm until 30 minutes. Maybe we might get a couple kills on a gank, right? You actually have people willing to take some risks. It's some gameplay, baby, and that's what we see here today.
Gosh, how stroked is your ego after picking Tryndamere? You have to think that you are the most big brain TCL player of all time.
Brother, I'll tell you what happened, and I've never played Tryndamere in my life, actually. I went on to UGG in the morning of our game. I saw that he had like a 56% win rate. I played like 4 Tryndamere games. You guys should have seen it on my OPGG, so to be fair, that was really your fault.
No, we did. We mentioned it, but we didn't think that you were going to do it in game 1.
Yeah, well, I did it. You know, I'm a new unleashed Abarn here. Oh, we got to pause.
What an interesting time to pause, but I guess kind of duty calls. We might have a possible.
Okay, JJ, I never want to hear your analysis ever again. You did a good job playing like 2 completely zero-brain champions. That ultimate ability on Karthus literally like just hits everyone on the enemy team. Congratulations, you pressed the R button. I tell you what, look up the statistics. It's got a 56% win rate. You got to ask, why is it winning more than literally any champ in the game when everyone's playing it? It's because it's a good champion. So, you know, no respect on that analysis there. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I will draft it against you. I will do it. I'll beat your team just like I'm going to beat the rest of them. It's going to be fantastic.
Are you using Karthus's win rate as an excuse while we were just in the middle of talking about you picking Tryndamere?
No, I'm talking about Tryndamere win rate. I'm saying so Coach in chat says that Tryndamere is a dog champion. For those of you who don't know, he was also caught talking to myself and IREP in the Discord server the other day, saying that Tryndamere is a terrible champion, has no way to stay on top of everyone. It's just a completely useless champ. Again, completely wrong. He has no idea what he's talking about. And so, you know, we showed it this week. We're going to show it next week, and we're going to show it every week until it's banned every game of why that champion is so strong.
Taking a page out of the old Vrail book, wasn't that Vrail who busted out the Tryndamere mid a couple seasons ago?
Vrail did. Vrail did it before me, and you know, he and I kind of traded this week. I played his Tryndamere, he played my Rise. We got a little bit of each. Yeah, okay, Andrew Cool. Yeah, unlike you, we're all friends here, so we're just we're talking some friendly memes here. None of this is serious, my friend, but appreciate it. But anyway, yes, Vrail did play the Tryndamere mid. Once again, very strong. He did the same thing, although it took them like 50 minutes to win that game, if I recall. I remember he went bot and pushed like 10 times in a row, and they finally won the game.
Right, Rise ended up.
What'd you say, Mr. Rick?
Rise ended up winning that game. I thought I was watching. Did it go to game 3 last night?
No. I'm talking about the seasons ago when he played the Tryndamere. Yeah, I have not actually heard of why this is paused. This looks to be a longer pause. Usually I would get a DM frantically if there was an issue. In the meantime, I will head back so you can see our beautiful faces, so that you don't have to look at this very sad pod screen. But yeah, it looks like everything's okay. I'm sure someone had to go for pasta time or something. Something of the note. Mr. Tiny Rick, now that you're 30 years old, I noticed you got a little gray on the beard. Did you dye it, or are you just getting old?
Tax season, man.
Tax season.
It's like the rings on a tree. You can tell how many tax seasons I've been through by the amount of gray hairs on my beard.
Yeah, can you give the fans a close up here so they can see?
Of the beard?
Yeah, only on the sides though.
That's pretty common.
Pretty common. Yeah, pretty good.
I don't know if I feel comfortable going full zoom on the.
No, you look great. Rudy's saying God Rick is so hot. He is so hot. He looks like he has experience. That's what the gray does. It gives off that vibe. Okay. So chat says we need 5 from Little Chuck. I presume that is a baby diff. Calbert just had his second child, so everyone congratulate him when you get a chance. But unfortunately, children do not work around TCL schedules, as any parent in TCL would tell you, and so sometimes we got to pause. Abarn, stand up. Why? Why do you want me to stand up? Yeah, tell me why, and I'll stand up. But that's pants are. Oh, I got. What? No, I'm not wearing pants. I'm wearing shorts. But yeah, same diff. I try to never ever wear pants. That's kind of a rule. So I wear shorts, probably from like March through November. It just doesn't work for me. Yeah, we're still paused. 2 more minutes. I'm seeing in chat, so you're gonna have to keep looking or listening to our terrible stories and jokes. Apologize for that, everybody.
What do we think is gonna have to happen for Eli to come back into this game off the leash?
Are you asking about the team, or are you asking about Eli specifically?
Oh no. Well, maybe if he's the answer, I imagine that there's some other answers that they have. But we do have a dragon coming up here, so maybe if they can make moves down there, set it up. I mean, Harold's still up. It'll be up for 17 seconds, so there's no.
Yeah, listen, the gold diff here is like, I don't know, at least over half of it comes from the Draven. The thing about the Draven is that if the set gets onto the Draven and the Silas is able to grab a Jarvan ult, the Draven can die, and if the Draven dies and actually gets gone on properly, like, this isn't really as scary as it looks, in especially given the fact that Pain Pekko really isn't that far ahead. It looks like we are coming back, so I'm gonna.
Yep, and as we load back in here, and yeah, unfortunately, there's really not much that Off the Leash has in their kit to really get on top of the Draven. So
I actually disagree. I think set, like, if the Jarvan ever goes in, the set can counter ult the Jarvan back onto the Draven and do set things, and then at this point you can grab a Jarvan ult of your own. I think it's a little scarier than we're giving it credit for, and if I'm Eli here, I want to go build like an Hourglass second item, keep stealing that Jarvan ult, and just go in on the Draven. But like, as Draven here, you have a potential to get Nautilus ulted, you had a potential to get Jarvan ulted, and you have a potential to get Mort ulted. So I don't know. I'm a little scared if I'm the Draven myself. I don't know. You still feel that way, or has my logic?
No, it makes sense. I don't think you think that it's going to be easy to get on Draven. I don't, but we shall see. I mean, we could be proven either way.
Oh man, chat is we're having a good time with chat tonight, fellas. This is the fight top. He's gonna get gone in on the shield. Will come through the flash. Brilliant play from Sir Aaron there. Almost gets countered, but that is gonna be a win. This is like a bloodbath top lane.
Just in time for the Drake too, so that should the prio top. Obviously, what we have here is Draven. I mean, the rest of the team is just easily taking this Drake. So that was a good time to get that solo kill.
It was, and honestly, I think half of the people in this chat who know Calbert are really happy to watch this. Guy never shuts the heck up. And, he's being shown that maybe he's not going to beat up on every top laner this season, as he said every single time. So, maybe it's not so bad that happened.
surprising to see that these mid turrets still stand for both teams. It's so late in the game. It seems that at least one of these would be down by now, especially with all the pressure that No Reply has been able to put on this game.
Well, yes and no. I mean, I try to remind everybody, oh, the dive is going to come through. Spurg Flagger Drag from back around on the Caitlyn. That's a brilliant kill. Lots of damage, but Spurg in a little bit deep. Probably had to get going a little far away. Jerks on the sidelines here going in, and the sleep will come down only onto him. Bush League able. The cleanse will come through. Looks like he's going to get away. Bush really happy that he did not hit that hook right there. I don't think that would have gone well. All right, 1 for 1. Jerks on the side. Guy is really playing a little bit scary, a little bit hyphy, if you might say. But yeah, just a 1 for 1 there.
And a turret, so there's that turret finally falling down. The mid turret opens things up.
Yeah, that was mid turret. I believe bot turret was already down, so Sararin just pushed that in, if I recall.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I'm happy to see I'll take mid taking that Mortal. I don't think we've actually seen that from him yet, and I think the Mortal against the Draven is going to be really key, you know, for the rest of the team able to find the victory here, especially once the Lilia starts getting some items here. All right, Mr. Tiny Rick, who's your favorite player between both of the teams?
Interesting question. I mean, I haven't spent a lot of time with some of these guys. I love Bush League. He's just a great guy. I've played with Eli. I've played with Caridian. Caridian, I think I have to say Caridian because he got me a TCL win this season.
What just happened? Okay, I'll take mid's gonna go in on Sir Aaron. The 6 and 4 Sir Aaron. Yeah, and he just learns what Mordekaiser does. All right, well, that's all there is to say. Good job, I'll take mid. This is an uncharacteristically noob game from I'll take mid, I will say.
I think he's just trying his hardest to do whatever he can to get his team back in this game, but it's not going well so far. It looks, at this point, we got a good grouping going on mid.
Yeah, they're actually going to be able to zone them off from being able to come back to this turret here. Yeah, this looks kind of good here. He's
not going to be able to go that way.
No, he's not. Spurg goes in. Really good play from Spurg, zoning off the Lily here. The sleep is down. The smite will come through. That will be just enough damage. Caridian with a lot of damage to return. I don't think it's going to be enough. And, yeah, you got to protect your base, boys. But Cal
that is
will...
bot lane right now. He doesn't have teleport. And off
the
No Reply with the first turret and just head straight to Baron. Taking advantage of that set being bot lane without teleport.
Well, the Baron's been started. I'll take mid as the only person within the same zip code as this Baron. He wants... okay, he's going to go in and just get one shot. I'll take mid as smoking the ganja tonight, I believe. Whatever he's picked up, he's in Tennessee. They don't have dispensaries there, so whatever his dealer provided him, maybe a little fentanyl in there because that was not the kind of gameplay we expect from I'll take mid.
At this point, the hole is getting dug a little bit deeper. At this point, we got Baron's probably going to last all the way up until the next Drake, and that comes to Soul Point for No Reply. So kind of a good place to be if you're No Reply.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, listen, you got a 7-1 Draven, you got a big old Jarvan. The Syndra will be scaling up right here. It's going to come back through, and Sir Aaron goes a little bit deep right there. Jerks has slain Chuck across the map. That will be a 1 for 1 so far. A couple people getting caught out across the board. We got a 4 for 4 now. Caridian with some moves right there, but the flash ult going to come through. Caridian luckily has the flash, still has the exhaust if he really needs it. Yeah, we're just kind of a 4v4 here as it looks like we're going to get a retreat to the dragon coming up in 25 seconds here. What are we going to say, Mr. Rick?
Dragon that needs to be contested if they want any chance of staying in this game.
Yeah, well, they got the 4v4. The set ult notably down, going to be really, really important for getting on top of the Draven. So I don't really know what the strategy is here, but there's also a Mordekaiser down. Spurg ult has not come back up. Still about half left on that cooldown right there. But Jerks is just going to sit there and tank this dragon himself. TP is coming through. It will not be matched, and I think they're just going to be able to get this soul. It's there. Will, off the leash, still stick around. The net has been pushed at Serraren. They're not going to be able to catch up here. Yeah, and unfortunately... Interesting. Oh! Spurg finds the angle. The hook's going to come through. Caridian, no tools left in the bag. He's going to go down. Fantastic play from Spurg here. Able to find the ADC, and that turned a winning play potentially into a winning game here.
Yeah, that was a huge pick to take Kate out. It's going to be a little bit harder for them to wave clear without that Kate. They don't really have any much else in the way of wave clear.
No, they sure don't. There's not going to be much here. Honestly, you can walk up and just auto-attack the turret. There is going to be a sleep go down on 2 people. It's going to mean absolutely nothing. The set's going to go down. Potentially huge W. The Draven actually go down. Will there be enough damage? The turn has come, but it just won't be quite enough. Pain Pekko with too much damage, able to carry the team between him and Spurg. That was a beautiful play by Calvert, but they're just too far behind. It's not going to be enough. And they're going to be sieging through mid here. Caridian, 1 versus 2. The hero play going to try to make sure that this game does not end with a little bit of wave clear, but he's very scared of the Syndra QE here. Spurg here just tanking up the turret. And I don't think we're going to be able to finish here. It's going to be close, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough. Caridian should be able to defend this. Spurg a little bit low. Caridian, you got to auto-attack the man. No flash. It's going to come through. Huge damage from Pain Pekko there, but Caridian does last long enough. They're going to be running away. Nomad on the Braum with the Winter's Bite, looking to slow them down. Spurg looks like he's going to be able to run away. There's just not enough tools ready to slow them down. They should be able to reset, but Eli is able to come through with the teleport from behind. Pain Pekko, the ult's going to come through. Unleash whatever it is again. Again, I'm a boomer. I can't believe I still keep forgetting these things. Yeah, I'll take mid, able to find it, but the dash will not make it onto Spurg, and both teams will live to see another day.
So might have just overstayed a little bit there. I thought they could end, but obviously that's why I'm not anywhere near the skill level of these kids. But
hey, give yourself some credit. You play a Mina Mumu, brother.
What is the timer on the Elder Drake? Although I think Baron would probably come up first.
Let's see. Timers are... okay, so we've got the Elder Drake at 323. We've got the Baron coming up. This is going to be an ultimate onto I'll Take Mid, who is still sitting on the Syndra ult, not nearly enough, and he's going to get in. Nom 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 nom.
I'll take mid with the second attempt at the solo bolo with Serraren, but it's just, yeah, you think he'd learn the first time, but...
Again, he plays team deathmatch. If he gets ahead, he wins the game. If he's behind, he loses the game. That's literally the scope of how I'll Take Mid plays this video game. You've played against him enough, you know that.
Oh yeah.
But the Draven still massively ahead. We're going to check the gold here, and oh my god, the Draven. Almost a 6k lead on the enemy ADC. He is so far ahead. We just need to front the back and start, make sure he doesn't get dove on. Alt going to come, or flag and drag. A beautiful hook from our friend Bush League. The flash ult going to go on to Caridian and the flag and drag. That is a beautiful play from Spurg. He goes in. That's going to be it. A little bit of shield and damage from Calvert. I don't think it's going to be quite enough. I'll take mid. Looking to find an angle, but there's just nothing there. There's no one to one-shot. Yeah, the Braum's going to go down. I'll take mid now. 1 versus 5. Serraren coming in to end him. And Pain Pekko, the new mid laner, ultimately going to be able to find the kill there. And we're going to game 2. And I'll take mid, surprisingly, after all of the scrims. That's how you know that the scrims mean absolutely nothing. That's going to be an absolutely incredible gameplay there from No Reply. We're going to be going to game 2. And hopefully we're going to see something out of I'll Take Mid and Co. Because I don't think that's what anyone really expected to happen here.
Yeah, certainly not me. I mean, obviously you get a Draven that starts getting kills before 3 minutes, or before 4 minutes he's already got a kill, and then I think before 5 minutes he had, 2 or 3 kills. It's just not a champion you want to be giving kills early, and really goes to show how well that champion can steamroll games and just take it over.
Yeah, 100%. By the way, the top lane, both top laners, and yeah, they were brawling all game. So, don't let them take too much credit for this. But I will note both top laners with the highest damage on their charts, and actually Spurg here with so much damage. We saw some of the best Jarvan plays we've seen in TCL out of Spurg this game alone. Perfectly, using the flash ults, holding onto the flag and drag afterwards, able to get onto the ADC. Exactly why he picked that. He did not pick that to be a tank. He picked that to absolutely destroy Caridian, and he did. It was very impressive to see.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm pretty surprised by these damage charts, especially for the points that you just pointed out, that J4 and the Mordekaiser are leaving the damage for that team. But man, it's still just Draven, League of Draven. You still got to give him most of the credit for that game. And I mean, even if we're going to give out MVP award for game one, I think you have to give it to Draven.
Well, maybe so. I would give it to the Jarvan before anything. I think that the Jarvan, while Draven got a couple good kills, listen, I tell you, is someone who plays a little bit of Jarvan, getting that much damage more than your ADC and your mid laner, it's actually quite hard, right? A lot of it's like that front-loaded burst damage onto squishies in the early game.
Sure.
He was the one making the plays. Like, if you watch those fights, he is getting onto Caridian. He's perfectly managing his flag and drag and his ult and using the flash accordingly, and he stays on him the entire fight. Caridian didn't get to play that game because of Jarvan, so I think there's a good argument for both, but yeah, great game right there. Folks, we are going to be All right, folks, we are back. Apparently, my compatriot, Mr. Microscopic Littlest Rick, doesn't know what 4 minutes means. So we can all boo him in chat as he comes back from the kitchen or wherever he has found himself. We are here. We just watched I'll Take Mid get absolutely crushed by Payne Pecco and team here. We're going into game 2. And I got to say, it's probably not what anyone expected here. But it is the reality of where we're at here. And Payne Pecco and team looking really strong on the no reply squad. Not so strong and not quite the team cohesiveness that we really expected here from off the leash, even from a couple veteran TCL players here. So I will note, I'm looking at the lobby. Caridian here has on his main account a level of 1,081. Mine is 658. I think the next highest in the lobby is I'll Take Mid at 718. So yeah, quick rule for just like your livelihood: don't play as much League as Caridian. I think there's probably a middle ground there. But we are going to be coming into the Champ Select very soon. No, we do not. And these teams are raring to go. It looks like Calbert's kid has successfully gone down for bedtime. And we are ready for pure gameplay here. Tiny Rick coming back, looking like he has a new glass of bourbon. Mr. Tiny Rick, are you with us? Oh. Let's try that again. Mr. Tiny Rick, are you with us? Teeniest, tiniest, Rickulous.
I am back. Sorry about that.
Wonderful. Yep.
I needed the 5 minutes, not the 4 minutes.
Yeah. I already told the chat you didn't know what 4 minutes means, but that's okay because I brought us in, and we are transitioning into Champ Select here.
And there's that Draven ban that we were expecting.
Yeah, the Draven. The Draven just made that early game impossible to play. That looked really good, although the Samir is going to get picked. So the question is it even worth it, or can you just construct a team comp that plays against it? Never mind. Samir gets banned too.
So I actually think that we're gonna. This is off limited research on OPGG, but I think what's left for Jerks is Ezreal.
Interesting. Well, looks like it's what's. What did you say that after it was hovered or before?
Before. Like I said, I looked on his on his OPGG, and all I was seeing was Draven and Ezreal.
Proud of you, man. That's a good look. That was a good look right there. You should cast more. That's good. Just so you all know what we're into, I am 2 glasses of wine in. I have already made a tortilla with cheese and put it in the microwave completely raw, no plate, just tortilla with cheese right on the glass with a little Taco Bell sauce. It was delicious. That was my snack between games. And I am fueled up, ready to go for our game 2 here. Ezreal Braum picked. The Teemo's going to be hovered. Not a chance in heck that gets picked. We're going to see something else, possibly a Viego here from LeChuck, which I'd like to see. We'll see if he's actually wanting to play the carry. No, just going to go for the bot lane here, and Jhin picked for Caridian. After a tough game 1, I'm surprised that he's picking an even more diveable champion, but yeah, we will see where that ends up going.
That's another champion that Nomad's really good at is Thresh. I know they hovered it for a second and they moved away from it, but I would not be surprised if he ends up switching back to Thresh here.
Our boy in chat laughing about the Tom ban. I tell you what, Tom Kench is the only champion he could actually play, and we just saw him get gapped by Mr. Sararin himself on any champ that wasn't Tom, so, you know, maybe the Tom ban is worth it after all. Just saying. You know? Sometimes some people have the ego and they're like, you know, I'm not going to ban it. I can just beat it. It's like, yeah, listen, if the enemy plays one champ well and only one champ well, just ban it. Doesn't matter. Why would you risk them having an impact? You know, you never know what's going to happen. You can get camped yourself, right? Poppy coming through, one of the biggest Zac counters that there is, and one of Spurg's favorite champions here. You're a Zac player. How do you like playing against Poppy?
It is the absolute worst, and yeah, I mean, it's a good pick, and it's a champion that needs to see more time in TCL because of how much we see Zac.
We do see a lot of Zac. Yeah, we see a lot of those very dashy engaged champs, and of course Morgana also a good option against the Zac there. But if you can pick Poppy, you really enjoy playing it in the jungle, and it's a Zac counter, what else could you ever ask for? Now, I will say that Mr. Spurg is a AD Poppy enjoyer. LeBlanc picked for Pain Pecco, and Control is in chat right here, just kicking himself because he didn't get to play the first LeBlanc game of this season.
Yeah, you love to see it. I didn't see that one coming from Pain Pecco, I got to be honest, so I'm excited. That's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, I didn't either. He plays some assassins well. I didn't find that anywhere, so we're going to see how well he does there. But if he does not play well, he will never hear the end of it from our friend Control. The Pantheon locked.
I think that's going top.
Well, we'll see. See what gets picked here. This could go mid. It could go top. I'll take mid. No stranger to first-timing champs in TCL on stream. No fear. Plays the Galio. Just kidding. He's incredibly soft. One of the lamest people in the league. Hope he never sees the light of day again. I hate that champion. I hate when he plays it. Yeah, very soft. But at least Cal here picking the Pantheon blind top lane. For those of you that know that the Pantheon changes are coming, I do not believe they have landed yet. So Pantheon's still in his existing state as we have known it. And we're going to see right here the Camille locked in, one of the most broken champs in the league right here. From Sir Aaron, who's typically not known from the flashy, dashy top laners like Camille, like the Aurelia. But he is going to pick it here against a high damage lethality champ. We'll see how it goes.
Really interesting how these drafts shaped up. It's almost like I like how this actually shaped up, because what you're looking at on the side of no reply is just a lot of disengage. You got Poppy, you got Braum, kind of has some disengage. I mean, Camille can pretty much get out of any situation. LeBlanc, same thing. So we got one side that's got a lot of disengage. I mean, there's engage too, don't get me wrong, but you look at the other side and you got Pantheon, Galio, just a combo ult there, Zac. I mean, they can all just combo ult in, and it's just, it could end you. But it seems that no reply is matched up for it and ready to go.
It is. Well, I will have to choose our winner here. I suppose I should do that. No reply won game 1. Enjoy your Gamba. And we are going into game 2. Okay. Game 2. And outcome 1 is going to be no reply. 2 minutes on that bad boy. Go ahead, get your predictions in. We are officially in. Go and once again spend that hard-earned channel points. We're going into game 2, and once again we see Payne Petco right here on the LeBlanc, but I'll take mid on the counter on Galio, who just won't take any magic damage. I do like the pick here, but I gotta say, if I was picking, I do like the no reply pick here. Between all these champions who can kind of get in, get out, create all these opportunities, Galio kind of needs someone to create opportunities for him. That could be the Zac, but it's going to come down to how the Zac is going to play. And Lil Chuck, again, we see a lot of good things from him. We see a lot of bad things from him. He's kind of a coin flip player, and it depends on how he's feeling in the game. So I got to give this one a no reply. I think this is going to be a 2-0 if I'm the one calling it.
It's a good call. I see your argument. I think I'm going to disagree here. I think that this one is going to go on the side of off the leash, and here's why. I think that their team is just set up to really oppress the enemy team, even though they have a lot of disengage. A lot of these, I just don't think this team meshes well together, personally, on the side of no reply. It just doesn't seem like anything that if they get into a situation where they're team fighting, that it's going to go smoothly for them. I mean, if they play it right and maybe Camille split pushes and they let Ezreal kind of just sit back and farm, I think that would work. But if they end up in 5v5 situations, I think that the favor goes to off the leash, but that's just my opinion.
All right, well, we got the casters that are split 50-50. We will see what happens in this game. Honestly, I think the winner is going to come down to whoever wins top lane. It's going to be really important here. We've never seen Sir Aaron play Camille. I believe this is his first Camille birth in TCL history for him. Calbert has always been stuck in positions that suck, so I don't think he's ever played Pantheon. This will be a very interesting game, and I think Calbert, coming back from thinking he was going to gap basically every single top laner in TCL, now getting gapped by Sir Aaron in a really tough way for him when he's not on the one champion he actually knows how to play. I think he's going to be coming back, and this could go one of two ways. Either we're going to see Calbert come back with a vengeance now that his kid is properly in bed, or the potential is Sir Aaron actually is just better. For anyone who's played against Sir Aaron, you've heard that a billion times. I'm just better! That's what he does whenever he gets a solo kill. He literally says that. And he might prove it here this game. So we are loaded into game. We're getting started, and this is sure to be an exciting one.
Yeah, and just to talk about the bot lane for a second here, I like how Nomad and Caridian have kind of taken over the aggressive role. I mean, when you put a Pyke bot lane with you, you're automatically going to be playing aggressive. Whereas last game, we saw the Draven Nautilus out of Jerk's Bush League, so the aggressive lane kind of flip-flopped. So I'm excited to see how that plays out.
Yeah, it is. Caridian probably... if anyone deserves the moniker of the coin flipper, it is Caridian. The guy can pop off. He can go 5 and like 300. He can do everything in between this, but this is a weird invade angle, and they might actually find the Pyke here. All right, the flash does come through. Do they have anything to follow it up? Yeah, I actually wish we had seen a ward go over first before they went in. It's a little bit curious. Maybe could have found something, especially if the Camille was there and could have used the hook shot. But we did get flash, so at the end of the day, we're happy with that.
And obviously, it seems the red got the ward down on the red, Zac's red, so they were able to get the vision that they seem so dire to get.
Couple trades here in the top lane. And I think the thing is Calbert should be winning these trades early. This champion is just too strong, and if he's able to get the 5-stack Q onto him, especially. Yeah, I think that's the only lane we're going to see a whole lot of action from early. Yeah, you just look at this poke damage. The Doran shield, I think, was really, really smart from Sir Aaron here. He's trying to push this to create enough of a push here so that it forces Calbert to use his Qs to actually clear the wave. But yeah, curious to see what happens. Pyke is going to go in, still level 1. Jerk's level 2 on this big trade onto Caridian. The pull is going to come back and some trade damage on the bush lead, so that will look a little bit even. But Jerk's definitely happy to be having this health gap. on Caridian's Jhin right here. The
Oh,
lane...
Poppy seems to be posturing for a mid.
Yeah, very quick
attempt.
3 camp here, and the flash gonna come through, but not fast enough. This might actually be returned. It's gonna be the return kill. First blood onto Galio. That's
that was a good idea. That just was just a little behind on the timing because once Galio was in a position.
yeah.
Galio didn't even have to flash.
Sorry, we missed that. That is worth going back for right here. Sorry, I was too tilted after what happened. The pull's going to come through. Able to find it on Jerks. The flash will be there. The ignite onto Jerks. Who's going to have enough damage? First, Caridian flash with the 4th shot. Brilliant play from Caridian there to know how much damage he does. One more pull over the top. Bush League gonna run him down. That's a double kill for the Jhin. That's absolutely huge here for the OTL bot lane.
Wow, and just like that, off the leash, starting with 3 kills before 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Last game, we only had 1 kill at this time. This game, we have 3.
This game, we do have 3 here. Yeah, Calbert, you know, again, just getting poked out here. No pots left. Lil Chuck walking up. There is going to be a ward. I will say Sir Aaron kind of turned a situation I expected to not be so good into a winning situation. He's up in farm. He's got great priority here. You know, I got to give it to him. That was impressive. The jump is going to come through. Slingshot. Oh, a brilliant play! That is a huge find. Pain Pecco still walking away. Yeah, the clone. Yeah, I don't... Follow-up wasn't there. That was a great play from Lil Chuck right there to find the right one, but there just was no follow-up damage, so... yeah, I guess Pain Pecco will have to go B. He does have the teleport, so he will live to fight another day here. Spurg coming back around onto I'll take mid.
Oh, we got a solo kill top.
Yeah, we have a solo kill. Yeah, there's nothing going to happen. We're going to go back and watch that right here, top lane, and then we'll fast forward. What happened here? Gone through. It looks like, yeah, Calbert's just going to go in. Find it. Yeah, Sir Aaron thinks he has it, but he goes right into the Aegis. Not going to be enough, and just finds an easy kill there. Kind of expected a little more. Sir Aaron not really knowing his damage at this point.
Yeah,
onto the bot lane.
By Pantheon.
Yeah, Pike finds himself right there. Little Chuck able to find the stretch, and he strikes both 2 people, but there's just not enough damage. Caridian was not in chase. Meanwhile, Spurg right there able to find a kill onto the Galio. I don't really know what's going on. I don't think there's any strategy or plans. I think we're just playing team deathmatch right here, just like any game I'll take mid has ever been in. Caridian getting damage. Will it be enough cleanses? I think he thought he had healed. The cleanse does absolutely nothing. Galio wants to find some damage. Able to find it with the Gales. And one more brilliant play by I'll take mid to get something back right there.
Excellent use of the teleport to come in. The dive was a little too long. They waited too long, and the dive looked like it was going to be successful, but it just took a little too long.
Yeah, it did. He comes back mid right there, and they are just looking steadily ahead. A little over 1K on the gold graph right there. Yeah, I just don't know how I felt about that dive. They did find the Jhin, but they used a little bit much for it. And yeah, it's going to be a 2-for-1 on that bot lane play.
Looks like Sir Aaron is not willing to give up on this lane quite yet. He seems to still be putting on the pressure on Pantheon. Not too concerned about giving up that kill. Just still applying the pressure.
He is. I'm putting his... Like, right now, Pantheon... Yeah, as I say, just go in. Like, I'm surprised he's playing this far back, even understanding where the wave is, given how his E works. I'll give it to Sir Aaron. He's putting the pressure on. He's kind of scaring Calbert. Calbert... on stage, not playing like Calbert in scrims, and definitely not playing like Calbert in chat. You know, I'll say that. Calbert not showing up exactly the way that his talk might have implied he was going to. But right here, Nomad gets behind the Braum, gonna find him, and that's gonna be just a kill as they pick up the dragon. A little bit worried that they might take this game away.
Poppy doing the right thing at this time and just matching the objective. He sees all the activity going on bot. He says, I'm just going to take grubs and
Jerks.
answer the best I can.
There you go. Jerks doesn't realize that there's a Zach behind him. Is able to get away. Zach wants this blue buff. Zach needs this blue buff. He's been working on this thing for a long time. Meanwhile, the Grubuli have been taken. Going to trade this blue, head on out. A little scuttle action here. And, yeah, I guess while we're on this lull, tell us about your day, Mr. Tiny Rick.
Just a standard Tuesday. Everybody hates the Tuesday after Memorial Day. It's one of the worst Tuesdays of the entire year, but, I mean, I just got to power through and...
Yeah, what did you do on Sunday? That was really the question.
Sunday?
Or Monday. But tell us after Calvert gets killed here, because I believe the ult's going to come down. Yes, not going to be able to get out of this. Great job from Spurg, just having the game sense to know that Calvert was going to walk into there, able to find him, and of course, Camille, disgusting champion, able to follow up.
Poppy was just chilling top for a while, because she got the grubs quite a bit ago, and I think if you're Calvert, you should know, he just got the grubs. Maybe I should be a little careful. But
yeah, he does. Trade here in the mid lane as I pour a glass of wine. Anyway, so yeah, what'd you do for Memorial Day Monday?
Oh, I just went to my sister's house and we made some jambalaya. We're Cajun cookers now that we've been to New Orleans.
That's yeah. White dude goes to New Orleans once. Is now a Cajun cooker.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
That's how it goes. No, I'm kidding. That's fantastic. Jambalaya is a fantastic dish.
And it was fantastic.
Turn out well?
It did. It sure did.
Same sister that used to buy us beer when we were like 19?
Yes.
Yeah. Great woman.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we like her. We got the trade coming in top, and I suspect that this might be a fight to the death here. Zach is in, yeah, not quite. Sararin, for once in his life, walks away from a fight. Good move there. Does not have the TP, so... Oh, he's going to choose to stay. This is a interesting gank. Eagle Spurg has shown up. Sararin kind of looking a little soft. Spurg able to come around. We know he's going to mind control Calvert here. He's going to be able to go in, get that physical damage shield, so there is no return on that. Ezreal ult coming up. They're going to be dead before that happens. That is for sure. In the bot lane, nothing going. It's a good play from Spurg and Sararin there.
Yeah, it's not the even matchup that we saw last game. I mean, it seems even, but there's just so much outside influence that at this point, Pantheon's got to just kind of chill out, because you don't want that to get out of hand. You got the other lanes are in good shape. You just kind of want to,
I give credit to Sararin. I think people know like the Sararin mental difference, so people give him a lot of crap. He's always had one of the higher ceilings of the TCL top laner. Right? When he kind of has his stuff together, he's so good.
Certainly.
When he gets tilted, that's when you get, trouble. He loses focus and that kind of thing. But he's showing it here. And Calvert, who, again, may have played a couple good scrims, but, you got to show up on game day. And Sararin has done that a few more times in the top lane. Pull going to come through. Bush League a little too far forward. Ult there. Demacia has been saved. And the Braum is dead. And the ult's going to come through. Wants a little bit more onto Jerks. Jerks is Ezreal. He is able to dash, and he will get away, but at least a couple turret plates here for their good play. In the top lane, more brawling.
Yeah, it's just kind of a game where we're seeing no reply, putting a lot of prio on the top lane.
By the way, this is new. The fact that it says clone. I don't think it's ever done that before. Yeah, it's kind of
high. On the cast. Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry to interrupt your thought.
No, I was just saying it seems that no reply is putting the prio on top lane. You see Poppy going up there a lot, and the opposite for off the Leash, putting a lot of prio on the bot lane.
Well, Chuck forced to use his ult, getting kicked out of his own jungle. I love that out of Spurg, man. Team's having a little bit of trouble, but the dude will walk in and will push it in your face. He doesn't care.
Talk about a good time to force the Zac out. You got Drake coming up. You got Prio in the bot lane. Should be an easy Drake for them.
Yeah, that was a very good look from Spurg. Great timing. Knew what he was capable of doing here. Risen Esports rating with a party of 33. Thank you from our friends from Risen Esports. I'm sorry that you have to listen to these two poor casters, but gonna come in, and yeah, Spurg finds it. Galio does take the TP. Gonna come through, but I don't think he realized he doesn't have a team with him. He flashes out right there. Pain Pekko goes in for the damage. Jin on the side. We got a weird-looking fight right here. Little Chuck is back, does not have the ult to get in the middle of the team. Calvert in the middle of the fight. We got Spurg slain. Finally, the damage does come down. Calvert's in the middle of a bunch of people, but not able to find it. And that's just going to be a 2-for-0 unless I'll take mid able to get in front and find this taunt right here. Zach finds one more. Jerks has no flashes left. He's going to go down, but so does Bush League. This is a crazy fight. This is absolutely massive for Off the Leash. Able to find what I believe was a 4-for-0 because the Poppy died at the start. And yeah, that fight looked a little bit cursed, and then it wasn't. Great look there from Off the Leash.
Wow, I mean, Poppy, where I thought was a good dragon play actually ended up kind of falling apart because even with Poppy forcing out Zach using his ult, they were still able to win that fight pretty single-handedly. I mean, one person died, I think, for Off the Leash, maybe zero.
I don't think anyone did from Off the Leash.
Yeah, so I mean, wow, just a good play that we thought just ended up kind of falling apart right after the dragon there. So it was a good answer, obviously, by Off the Leash to come down. They knew where the team was going to be and kind of just use their advantage that they're gaining right now.
True. Chat says bring back the J-Bob casting. Listen, J-Bob just had his second kid. The kid's like literally like a month old. Right? He gets like 1 day per month potentially to engage in TCL-like activities. So you're going to have to deal with us right now. That's who you got. That's right. Sir Aaron looking like a beast, but little Chuck right here doesn't know that he's there. Hook shot still. Yeah, hook shot's up. Great job. Great reflex from Sir Aaron there. We know Sir Aaron has taken his Adderall today because the reflexes are, in fact, there for him. Ooh, great turnaround there from I'll Take Mid. Fantastic trade. When your LeBlanc is kind of stuck just farming, it's tough, right? That's not why you pick LeBlanc. It's like any other champ would do in its place.
Yeah, you see the carries for the side of Off the Leash just having a terrific KDA display right now. Just
by the way, I'm loving this. Just Spurg behind enemy lines right here. Taking the red buff. No one around him. I don't even know if anyone knows. And I'll Take Mid, you know, the person you'd expect most to want to go in on that cowers away in fear.
Yeah, it really goes to show how much of how much confidence you can have running around a Zac jungle as Poppy. I mean, you really do not care about much.
As we're seeing here, as he just continues to take the jungle. Now, it will be returned with a Rift Herald top lane from Chuck, so it's not that he's losing everything from it. This Rift Herald will be really important and potentially used to crack mid here, will be my guess. While the Poppy will be behind, I'll Take Mid should be able to walk out of this. Not necessarily scot-free. Oh, he wants to go, but Pain Pekko gets back out. The Pantheon, it is now a 2v1, and Demacia will be saved again. Spurg with not enough stability to stay in this fight. Great look there from Calvert, showing up at exactly the right time. I'll Take Mid, using the ult, getting the knock up. And yeah, once again, call an ambulance-like situation there. And as we said, the Rift Herald will be used to crack mid. Sir Aaron coming in, hopefully looking to find somebody. Chuck going back in. I think Chuck dies here. I believe... Oh, that is a bug. That is not my fault. Sorry, everyone. Yeah, Chuck gonna get locked in by the Camille. Is there enough damage from the Q2? There is, but he is going to go into Cell Division. I'll Take Mid with a whole lot of damage. The Jin W comes in. Zach revives, and that's a big play from Off the Leash, man. This is looking a little bit tough for No Reply, who came out strong game one.
And you can see all the cylinders are clicking for the side of Off the Leash when you're bringing in, you know, the Pantheon ult. The Galio ult just gets to follow right up after it, and then that's the combo that you don't want to be ahead.
Yeah, for anyone who has joined us from Risen Esports, I am both casting and doing the production. I am old. I no longer have hands, so if you see any issues, just make fun of me in chat. My name is Abarn. Making fun of me in chat is kind of a league pastime, if you will. But yeah, here the dragon is being set up for lots of good-looking vision. Hopefully this ward here will get called. And it looks like we're looking at a second drag here from off the leash. Oh, Pain Pecco coming over. Caridian, lots of damage onto him. A fantastic ult from the Braum. A little bit more jerks in. He is deep, looking like an assassin on the Ezreal. Able to find 2 right there before he finally goes down. Serarin on the TP, able to go over that wall. Double knockup. Chuck does not have cell division, so if he stays in, he will, in fact, die. And yeah, we thought that was going to be a dragon, but that was a fantastic turnaround there from No Reply.
Yeah, obviously Pantheon did not have the teleport for that fight. Camille did have teleport. She teleported in. And it looks like Pantheon coming with
it. I'll take mid with a lot of damage. Great use of the Poppy W to stop the Zac. Slingshot right there. Lots of damage down. The Poppy will go down, but there will be a trade. Calvert looking for a little bit more. The clone has started. Does he know which one is which? I believe he does. He's going to be following it, but yeah, just not quite enough. Yeah, that one was not the right one. That is for sure. Yeah, and I guess Dragon did not go to who we thought it was, so we are just continuing the Clown Fiesta in TCL, as is TCL tradition.
Looks like a good time, yep, to get started on that. Drake should be an easy one.
Now, Mr. Tiny Rick, we're in a bit of a lull. How many bourbons deep are you for the chat?
2 bourbons? I don't. What is one unit of bourbon in your mind?
Well, I guess depends on the pours, but it sounds like a typical Monday morning for you, I assume.
Oh God.
That's called breakfast.
The breakfast bourbon.
That's right.
Yeah, I've graduated from the breakfast beer that we normally enjoyed freshman year, and I'm now a breakfast bourbon guy.
Did we enjoy breakfast beer?
Of course we did. I mean, was I doing it by myself?
Oh, I thought you meant like a specific type of beer. You know, like the old people drank like the breakfast stouts. I didn't know you meant just our typical Busch Light at 7 in the morning.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant.
All right, confirmed. We're on the same page. How could I possibly forget? Yeah, we enjoyed our freshman year roommate-ness. Our friend Tiny Rick definitely liked the ganja. Was for sure. Lil Chuck goes on the slingshot, not able to find anything beyond that, but I'll take mid. Taunt. Yeah, goes in, lots of speed, finds the taunt on 2. Jerks will go down. Lil Chuck with the ult. Finds, able to pull in Bush League right there. Jerks, or Nomad rather, on the pike. Just not quite enough damage on Serarin. Was not able to find the execute. Little bit more. He's able to find the damage. And Calvert trying to find everything onto Spurg right here. Spurg looks like he's going to be able to get out unless there's just a little bit more juice from Chuck or Calvert here. Looks like it's not going to happen. And on one hand, it looks like we're running away with these games. It's hard to say because No Reply is able to find a couple like weird fights even while behind. But I think the more that this Jhin scales, the Galio is absolutely massive. I don't know the last time anyone in chat here ever saw a Galio that was 11-1, but here it is. I think we're going to be seeing a Game 3 in our first Silver Scrapes here, I assume, that we've seen in TCL Season 8. Lil Chuck staying a little long. Bush League and Spurg want to go on something, but Pain Pecco is still on Lil Chuck. Able to find a little bit of CC on a Caridian. The guy is just has nothing, not able to run away fast enough. A massive taunt from the Galio, able to find 3 people to fight is on. He is gone golden right here. Lil Chuck should have the passive back up, going deep on it. Cell Division has started. He's going to be able to stay alive. Pain Pecco not able to do enough. Serarin goes down. Spurg's about to go down. Pain Pecco is on the clone, and he has found the right one. Can he actually take it with the clone together? No, he does not. Spurg is going to sacrifice his life. Pike is going to go down. Pain Pecco running away, the only member of his team left, able to do probably nothing. That is a huge play here from the snowballing off the leash. And I don't often call games over, but this is what we expected from off the leash, from the way they play the game. We don't know what happened in Game 1, but this is what we expected, and it looks like we might have a Game 3 here.
I gotta say, I don't know if I've ever seen a Galio that just lays a quarter health with 1 taunt, and he did it twice in that fight. That is some incredible damage coming from a Galio.
Listen, man, I get it. I will never after I'll take mid picked Galio into my Aurelia game 5 of the finals season 6. I will never respect that champion from him ever again. It was incredibly soft. He should have played an assassin and we should have gone down fighting. But yes, I will admit he is doing pretty well.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, you're so far ahead, you would just kind of force the Baron and end the game.
You don't want to force it too hard because, this is one of those situations where if you can siege, you just do it. You don't risk the Baron because the moment you get a Baron stolen from you from an Ezreal, they're back in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? And we do have Dragon coming up here soon as well.
Correct. We do. We got the Dragon coming up in 45 seconds. We only have 2-1 Dragons, so for either team, that's not getting us to a soul. I do agree. You actually, if I am, and everyone in this chat who has watched me, flash out, poor Caridian, man. This guy's not able to do anything in these fights. Yeah, if you are me in this situation, and you all know that I like calling Baron calls, I just sit on Baron. Like, the moment that these guys start walking bot lane, as we're seeing them do, just go to Baron. They have to contest it. You are the winning team, right? What are they going to do? Take their second dragon and give up the Baron? So that is the strat here. It is what I would be doing right now. I'll take mid has the idea. Unfortunately, the bot lane does not have the correct idea, and they are just going to be going to contest this dragon. Not necessarily a terrible idea, but you may as well walk to the Baron. You're up 25 kills to 10. They are forced to come to you. Lil Chuck is going to be in, looking for the stretching strikes onto Jerks, just quite not far enough. Jerks able to get out. Flash from I'll take mid, a little bit of a taunt. He is going to be onto Sir Aaron, who's going to get pretty much one shot. Great Braum ult, stopping the Jhin ult right there, but he is going to get pulled back in. Lil Chuck with the Galio ult is going to get 2 knockups right there. He is in, doing as much damage as he can, and he is going to get the flash stretching strike. That's a huge play. Pike ult comes through. Jerk's going to be able to get out, but they're just going to be able to walk it over to this Baron. Oh, sorry, I guess he does actually go in. Calbert! Beautiful play from Calbert, finding him right in the right place. Team's going to get Baron. They're going to kill the ADC. That is a fantastic play right there from off the leash. This is what we expect.
What an excellent way to just kind of solidify both of these objectives at this point. And probably going to be enough to just maybe one more fight and could be the end.
Oh, goes in. Pain Pekko. Almost ints right there. He goes for it. It's a good idea.
Respect the effort, though. You gotta respect the effort.
I'm laughing because if I'm Pain Pekko here, who is 2-1-2, I'm sitting here looking at the 12-1 Galio on the enemy team and being like, brother, that ain't my fault. I didn't do this. You guys did this. She does. All right, Chuck, they do get the dragon. Chuck is just in. He's losing. I think he's actually getting healed by the enemy team right there. He is back in. Bush League flashes out. He wants none of that smoke from our friend Little Chuck right there. And this game is just being taken away. We got a 13K, if my math is accurate, which it tends to be. 13K difference right there. And yeah, if I am no reply right here, you go for an engage and you just try to make something happen. Unfortunately, Jerks is 1-7. He is completely inting, unlike last game. We have seen the duality of man in Jerks' gameplay over 2 games. And yeah, I guess we'll see what happens game 3, because I think that this is going to it.
Yeah, at this point in the game, it's just really kind of just, put all the pressure in all the lanes is what they're doing. I mean, they probably could group 5, but you might as well bleed it out.
Oh, I'll take mid. If that chain lands, he gets caught and he gets killed right there. That could have been the turnaround that they were looking for. Yeah, with the Grubuli, with the Baron, they are able to get this turret right here. It looks like top lane, Calbert's going to be looking to do the same. I believe the best call right here is just to rotate.
Use that R button. Let's see if I
the fight's going to get gone on.
Here we go.
Jhin looking for the smash. The Galio ult is going to come down. He does save him.
Oh, and Pantheon, I thought was going to.
There's a lot of missing here. I actually think this is good. If there's any fight, unfortunately, too much damage. Way too much damage. They're able to get the kill. That is a big, big wallet throw there from off the leash. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, Jerk's going on the back end, but yeah, Caridian able to survive. I'll take mid, able to survive. Calbert still pushing in here. And then the Zac does revive from the Cell division. And it looks like we're going to game 3, everybody. That is all there is to say about this game.
What a excellent finish. I mean, it was in due time that fight was going to happen, and what do you know, it's the result of a down fountain.
Yes, it is. That, I got to tell you, after game 1, I was really worried about I'll take mid. I don't know if it was drugs. I don't know if it was, he was a little worried. I don't know if Control had charmed him before the match and he just wasn't up to playing strength. But he did come back. That was the type of gameplay we expect from I'll Take Mid. And I got to tell you, Chuck did a fantastic job. And Chuck, for those that don't know, was banned for the league for like 4 seasons for being like a generally terrible human being. He was able to come back and be reformed. Tyler 1 style came back. This is his first season back. Looking really, really, really good on the Zac. So we'd love to see that. And we're going to find a damage graph right here if we can. Although the client looks exceptionally bugged, so give me a second. We do love a bugged client here. All right, we've got a damage graph.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, God, look at the Galio, man. You ever seen a Galio do that much damage? That's crazy.
Yeah, and just, man, and with Ezreal being the next highest damage dealer, I'm kind of surprised by that too, I won't lie, but I mean, it's just a matter of being able to sit back and press Q, I guess, but man, I would have thought... I mean,
there's a difference between poke damage and damage that actually creates, a team fight winning play, right?
Yes.
So it is what it is. All right, folks, that was a beautiful game too. We're going to be heading to a break. We're going to do a 4-minute break once again. For those of you that are tuning in from Risen Esports, thank you so much. This is TCL. Just so you know about the Tilt Champions League, if any of you find people would like to join at some point. This is a league where a bunch of friends get together and you get drafted onto a team on draft day. So you don't know who you're going to get drafted to. You do not bring your own team. You're getting put on a team and you are stuck with them for a 5-week regular season and then a playoff. So we love this game. We love all the people here. They're playing for their first time ever as a team because this is week 1, and we're all here to enjoy all of the good play and the bad play. So we're going to be going to break here. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you in about 4 minutes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. We are back for game 3, Off the Leash versus No Reply. And I got to say, this has at least been the most fun night in TCL chat that we've had this week. I do appreciate it. When TCL chat is dry and there's no crap talking, it's pretty lame. Not very fun. So I am here in game 3 with Mr. Microscopic Rick. Game 1, we didn't see what we wanted to out of Off the Leash. Then Galio, I'll Take Mid, went like 12-1. So I don't really know what to expect from either of these teams. They're at least warmed up. They're going to be going into game 3 with a lot of energy, and they are sort of hyped up to play here. So what is your expectation, Mr. Microscopic Rick, of what we're going to see in this game 3? Oh. Tiny Rick heard nothing I just said because I was on mute. In summary, Mr. Rick, he's on mute too. Well, okay, Mr. Tiny Rick is both deafened and on mute. So you see him on camera. I don't think he knows he is. Oh, there he is. Hey, Rick.
Hey, yeah, no, to answer your question, and I did hear you, Abarn, because I was listening
to Twitch. Good man.
I think what we have here is going to be a classic solo bolo top lane. That's what we love to see. And then bot lane... because we had one team going aggressive the first game, the other team going aggressive the second game. So what are we going to see in the third game? I don't know. I'm excited to find out, but I wonder, obviously we might see another Draven ban again. So we'll see if that comes through. And then is that going to force Jerks onto Ezreal? Is he going to play something else? I'm interested to see. And I think I'll Take Mid will probably get another Assassin. I don't think we're going to get another Galio game. They might ban the Galio because it was so strong.
I respected him for taking it out, but I think that, you're going into game 3, you're all Take Mid, you're like the Masters mid laner, you're the best player in the league. You play Zed or something. Just saying. By the way, I'll take it. Play Zed.
And here we are loading in. I'm excited to see how this draft pans out. The bands are going to be interesting. Are we going to stick to the same bands? Are they going to switch things up?
Sorry, I have to do production things. Okay, we are in. We've got Champ Select here that everybody can see. We've got some tunes turned on. The requisite.
Tom Kench. They really don't want Calvert to get the Tom Kench tonight.
No, you can't. I mean, like literally literally anyone who's been watching the scrims knows that he has been destroying on Tom Kench. It has been utterly disgusting. Okay, Rudy accidentally timed someone out in chat. Oh.
And there's
at least he timed out the right person. Well, crap. Rudy accidentally timed out Dual Twin in chat. Oh, no. Ah, man. That's too bad. Rudy, how could you? Don't press buttons, man. That's a terrible thing for you to do, is to time out that person.
Bands coming out. Same on both sides. I'm kind of sad we're not going to see the Skarner tonight. We're not. Oh.
Zach, first pick here for Spurg.
I'm telling you, Zach has got to be the most picked champion in
TCL history. We could go back through. I think Spirit actually did the mathematics. Spirit, are you in chat with us here? Let's see if we've got Mr. Spirit, because I think he could probably actually tell us, as our TCL historian, who the most played champ is. I will Discord him.
Interesting. There's the Thresh. Nomad's a very good Thresh player. I've had to play against him when we scrimmaged them. He had some pretty amazing hooks. I love Thresh. He's one of my favorite champions. So I hope this works out.
I rep asking for a TCL nude section. No. I've been to the TCL LAN. I have seen all of you. No. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that, I promise. Not worth it. Okay, we got the Lucian and the Leona here coming in from Jerks in Bush League. Leona is Bush League's favorite champion. Jerks is a disgusting Lucian player. We got the Zach. They're already putting together a really nice kind of dive team comp here. Very curious to see what we get back from off the leash here. Smolder, I don't think there's a chance that pick that champion is dog crap, and that's going to be a Tristana here. I'm guessing that's from Korean, because of all of the champs that I've seen I'll take mid play, Tristana has not been one of them. So I guess that technically could be flexed to the mid lane, but I believe that's going to end up in the bot lane.
Yeah, no, I agree. And you and it makes a lot of sense too, because the Tristana can kind of jump out of things. So it makes a lot of sense.
That's good analysis. Tristana can jump out of things?
Yes. Well, also, I'd like to point out here that we have the Jerks Bush League going back to the aggression. That's what they saw work in Game 1, and here they are doing it again. We got Lucian.
This is what they should always be playing. Yeah.
Bush League is a Leona main, I believe, still.
Ari from I'll Take Mid. We have not seen him play that champ potentially ever in TCL history. He is not an Ari player.
Well, I have noticed on his OPGG that he has been practicing it a lot. I mean, it's a good champion. There's a lot that champion offers. A lot of map presence, wave clear, just kind of a strong all-around champion. As long as you don't.
Jack's blind pick from Sararin here. I kind of like that. The question is what will Calbert find against the Jacks? Because honestly, Calbert, I think he needs to play AD here. I think if you pick a Malphite, you might be in trouble in terms of your damage, just against three very, very tanky people. I think I'll Take Mid will absolutely eat Pain Pekko. I don't think Victor's quite the pick he was looking for. Frankly, I could have seen a cast in here and just go in on the dive. I think that you're actually opening up with that immobile carry for I'll Take Mid to do exactly what he wants to do. So I definitely question that pick. We'll see what we get.
Makes a lot of sense, but are we gonna get a Scion?
No, I like the set.
Set. Okay.
Yeah, I think that was a good pick. It made sense. I mean, you are playing against Jax. The question is how well do they play this matchup? But I think both champions have a good chance on this particular matchup. Yeah, the Victor is just the one thing I didn't like here. I think that I'll Take Mid wants an immobile mage that he can build a lead on here. I think if you play something like a Kassadin, you just, Pain Pecco's Kassadin was very good. I played against it. I think it's one of those things when you're in team play, you like try a little too hard to play for the team, or you expect that you have to play this like front to back thing. I don't agree with that. I think that you pick Kassadin here, you just full dive on the enemy team, kill the Tristana, kill the Lilia, win the game. Yeah, I don't know. I am calling in this particular game. I'm going to give this to Off the Leash. This would be 2-1 Off the Leash, reverse sweep. What do you think?
Another situation where I think I'm going to disagree. I just think that what No Reply is bringing to the table just seems to be a lot more cohesive. But I think that there's a lot of potential for Off the Leash to do a lot of unique things, where No Reply kind of has like a one-dimensional win condition, and that's just basically saying they look like they could team fight a lot better than Off the Leash.
Yeah, it's true. I believe in that. All right, well, we will. Yeah, that is in fact from Not Lucifer. That is a drunk Eli picture from our original screen. Just to bring this back for everybody while we're in the countdown.
Eating the noodles?
Yeah, so that is Eli, allegedly the drunkest he's ever been, eating noodles with one chopstick.
A legend.
Yeah, legend. Meanwhile, Pain Pecco just looking like a beast on it's a rope, I believe. It's a hammock or a rope. It's one of the two.
Yeah, I'm really trying to figure out what that is.
I think the original picture, I like run it through like a remove background thing, so it might have lost some details. But yeah, Lucifer, who are you? Because you've been joining our chats, and you're kind of a new character to the entire group here. So tell us about yourself in chat, my friend. As the man who was there when it all happened. There's like a Hamilton line about that, right? Am I trolling? Rook Stout would know. Rook, you're in chat. You know Hamilton, right?
Oh yeah, I'm putting my points on No Reply. I got a lot of faith on this team to pull it off, but I like the Lucian Leona combo. I'm excited to watch that. I love watching Bush League play his Leona champion. I love Lucian.
Yep.
But I like Thresh too, so yeah, this is gonna be fun to watch the bottom lane, I think. And I keep looking up, and that's because I have a second monitor that's above me. So if you see me shifting my eyes up and down,
typical tax analyst, monitor goes on top instead of the side.
Yeah, that's because numbers. I need my numbers to be large, and
that's right.
I put the big numbers on the top screen, and then I put the small numbers, the ones that I don't like, on the smaller screen.
So Lucifer says he is Eli, Jacob, David, and Gary's sugar daddy. Clearly not, because if you were, you would show up to the TCL LAN, and you should ask them what happens in the hotel room at the LAN, when you get a chance. But maybe you'll come this year, so it'd be good to have you.
And sugar daddy, we would definitely want some sugar daddies coming to the LAN, because doesn't that mean they spend a lot of money, and maybe they could sponsor a dinner, or
yeah, they
maybe
would,
like a buffet.
They would sponsor a dinner for some compensation.
Yes. Oh, I don't know if I'm willing to offer any compensation, but
well, somebody is. Yeah, yeah. I mean, listen, if there's free food, there's someone willing to offer compensation. That's kind of a rule of mankind there. Ain't that right? But no, seriously, you should come to the TCL LAN. We do it at the end of the summer every single year. It's about 25 people that fly into Chicago to a LAN center. We do 3-4 days every single year, where we do like everything from old school games like Team Fortress 2 tournaments to League of Legends tournaments, Smash Bros tournaments, all LAN. Very, very fun. Anyone who's interested, hit me up in the Discord, and we'll make it work. And no, I believe the Gambit isn't broken. It should have gone live, I think. Sorry, I want to make sure I'm spectating properly, but
minions have spawned.
Yeah, no, the Gambit went live, and it was voted on. It was just you who missed it, Ryoklu.
Yeah, I voted. I can confirm.
Can someone get our boy Volcanic? That's the wine talking. Volcanic an invite to the Discord, please. If we could. All right, we are officially in game. I'll take mid here on the Ahri against Pain Peko. I am expecting the Ahri to pop off. As you said, I've never seen it. I will trust you more. I've not looked at his OPGG. It sounds like he's been playing it. He never played it in past seasons, so this is a relatively new champion for him. Again, he eats immobile mages. That's what he does. He's very, very tough to play against, and he wants to kill you over and over and over again. So I'm expecting a lot of this mid matchup. Top lane, again, it's been a brawl. Sir Aaron just wants to outscale this. I think Set should win this. And, of course, we've got the bot lane, Jerks Bush League, probably the most aggressive fighty bot lane in the league. And we're in for an interesting one.
Thresh. They get the level 2. Oh, and they're matched.
Yeah. No, they were matched on timing correctly. So I've given my analysis, but, you're the analyst here. Tell me what's going to happen.
Well, I think it's going to come down to the bottom lane. Is Lucian and Leona going to be able to get a lead, or is Tristana and Thresh going to just be able to kind of scale into the point in the game where they want to be in point in the game they want to be?
This is an interesting gank angle. He's going to find it. I'll take mid. Does get hit with the elastic slingshot, and the stretching strike's going to come through. Finds him. And the flash will come. Is there going to be one more auto attack? He finds it, but in the bot lane, we're going to go take a look at what happened here with the replay. I'll take mid gets first blooded, but Bush League misses. Oh, the beautiful hook on the Jerks Nomad is insane. Caridian, will it be enough? And he finds the damage. That is a huge play from Nomad right there. That was a brilliant hook, and frankly, a massive outplay right there from Bush League to miss that E.
Yeah, like I said, this Nomad, he has quite the Thresh repertoire. I mean, he lands some pretty incredible hooks, and you can see it there.
Did Ahri go to lane with no items? I actually did not see it. I don't think so. The overlay, I will say the items are the built-in league overlay. So if you saw nothing, that is because he did in fact go to lane with no items. Also, yeah, Dual Twin, I'm sorry that you got timed out. Trust me, I love shit-talking with a partner. It would have never been me. Rudy did it. Blame Rudy. Rudy sucks. I'm glad to have you back. Anyway, we're back here.
Looks like Zach is trying to posture.
Oh, he might be. I don't think there's anything to posture on, though. Alright, well, while we're watching this boring gameplay, maybe tell everyone how boring your job is, Mr. Tiny Rick.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing exciting about doing taxes, but it pays the bills.
You gotta tell them. You gotta tell them. I mean, they don't know you do taxes. What kind of taxes?
Lots of taxes, but at this point in time, I don't like thinking about taxes because tax season ended a month and a half ago. So now I get to enjoy my summer.
I'll take mid. Getting ganked again. Bush League, is he able to find it? Beautiful. Holy the moly. Max range. He gets absolutely one shot. I'll take mid. The best player in the league is now 0-2 against Pain Peko, the newcomer. And boy, this is not the start that you want if you are off the leash.
Obviously, they are putting some pressure on the mid lane, and I think they know what they need to do to win this game.
Which is what? I mean, give us the...
I was trying to be as general as possible.
Well, you're a caster. You can't be as general as possible. Tell the human beings. Oh, beautiful play! The lantern comes through. The flay is there. He finds it on a Bush League, but will it be enough right there? Caridian with the damage. Jerk's getting gone on. Nomad. So, listen, I was talking to Teague. Teague said that Nomad's as good as Monkey. I think probably maybe like 10% of the people in this chat even know who Monkey is at this point. Nomad on his first TCL game looking a little better than I think people thought he was in the draft. There, I'll take mid. Flash down. Level 6. He does have the ult. He wants the kill. It's not going to be enough, though. He has one more charge to go over the wall. Good turnaround for I'll take mid. It's time for you to, tell the lads to step off.
Looking for that repeat.
Oh, repeat in. Spurg. He has nothing to hit it on. Yep. We'll say for Sir Aaron here, the longer he gets to sit top and farm, the better off he's doing. So I think he's actually playing this lane quite well, and while he is about 12 CS behind, he's not being pressured incredibly hard. So I think he's happy just to sit there, not take too many fights, play the wave correctly, and scale into infinity.
We're coming up to 7 minutes here. This is the time of the game where you want to see an objective happen, and I'm talking the Void Grubs or the Drake. Something, set it up.
Well, Spurg's in here, and certainly there's some priority here, although Eli has gone back. And I guess I have to turn on our... Yeah, Eli's gone back. Why did I assume that was Eli? Pain Pecco has gone back. There is a potential trade angle. It does look like we are going to get Grub Eli from Chuck here, so you do have to go find yourself a dragon. That being said, you got a support and a jungler on it. Your mid laner is still AFK. Your Lucian is a little bit AFK, and if anyone's going to show up to this, it's going to be red team here.
Yeah, they look ready.
Yeah, the TP's in. Zed is TPing in, and this is not being taken fast enough. Cradian with some fantastic positioning. He doesn't even want to go in, and he wants to see if the Lucian's going to join. Look at Cradian. Yeah, I actually really like this play from Cradian there. But they are in. The Thresh has properly found the Leona. Will there be enough damage? Jerk's in. He has been exhausted. Not enough damage there. Cradian has found the Leona. Spurg now getting gone on. The Cell division should be up here. It has been split, but he's in the middle of the enemy team. And yeah, I frankly completely disagree with starting that dragon, knowing where red team was, knowing that your mid laner was B, knowing that Lucian did not have an angle. I think that was a misplay. Fantastic play from off the leash, just understanding where the enemies were. Yeah, taking advantage of the situation, and really good play.
Yeah, I think no reply just kind of thought it was going to be a handshake. You know, we'll let you take Grubs, you guys can take Drake. And it just didn't end up be that way. I think off the leash had different ideas.
No, I did. And that's the thing, again, with Eli's teams, you have to play the game knowing they will never be afraid of taking a play. Ever. Never have been, never will be. Oh, it's in on the Leona. Cradian with the flash out after the Lantern. That was a crazy play. Wow. He jumps to the Lantern, takes the Lantern, flashes out. That was high mobility even for a Tristana. Great look there from Bush League to find the whatever it's called. Rudy, what's that ability called? Leona Z. Rudy knows the answer. Somebody, come on. What's Leona Z called? Okay, guess we're not getting the answer to Leona Z. I don't play this game. That's true, you don't play it anymore. Zenith played. That is exactly what it is. Thank you. Good man. All right. Well, Rudy has shown why he's not playing this season. As useless as expected. Why isn't Steve in chat? That's the real question. Steve would have answered that question in like a second.
Yeah, Jaws is a respectable man.
Jaws is a respectful man. We like Jaws. Yeah, great cast. Unfortunately, he got trolled because the audio was lost in the pod. You cast again? Yeah, I do. The question is, if I talk shit, does that stop you from casting? Answer that, because I have a big decision to make. Yeah, who is Jay Vipple? I don't actually know this cat. And listen, I blame Jazz for not having an attention to detail. You know, it goes both ways. Just kidding. Love you, Jazz.
Oh, look at that.
Where are we looking at that?
Bot lane when you have a second, or it's coming up.
Brother, you can't be ahead of me. All right. Oh, Nomad with the double flay finds a brilliant hook. Oh my God, that was incredible. Finds the hook, finds the ult. Nomad with a beautiful play onto both players. Doesn't find the return flay. Could have found two, but doesn't matter. That was a sexy play. The TP has come now, and we find two stretching strikes on the bot lane. Tristana's going to die. Sir Aaron onto I'll take mid right there. They're going to find the return, and actually that works out. That works out kind of nicely. The entire bot lane dies. That's a 2-for-1 on the return.
What an excellent play by that Thresh. Just ends up getting punished because No Reply was just ready to answer.
I gotta say, man, Nomad looking like, you know, I know Swiss Army Cabinet is known as the top Thresh TCL, but he isn't playing anymore. And I gotta say, Nomad has played a couple disgusting plays right here, so Nomad might be the guy. Cue the you ain't that guy from Teague.
Here's the second grubs. Chuck was able to get the grubs the first time, so this could be a 6-stack for them. Good to keep that away from Jax.
Jax here. Not knowing there's a Thresh behind him. That's a hook. That's a... Oh! That was so close.
If he was on different skin, that would have hit.
I gotta say, Nomad's positioning, just being up there at that time, this guy's kind of gross. This guy's kind of disgusting. It is rare that I'm impressed by a support in TCL, and I'm seeing Nomad as a very effective contender for best support TCL. Little Chuck in a little bit deep. Sleep will get on. He is able to get away. And the thing I'm not really seeing is anything from this Ahri here. Down in farm, 1 and 2. Completed first item, but I think there's 10 champs that I'll take mid could have played with a higher impact than this.
Well, we got something coming here. Looks like a Drake is coming, and there's
something coming. Yeah, should be able to find Bush League. Does find the ult on 2. The charm will land. Jerk's able to get out. Korean does go in. I don't think there's enough damage, so they're probably just going to shake hands and walk away from each other. Nomad trying to keep him honest, walking behind to see Pain Pecco able to back him up. Got 2 immobile carries, though, so you never know what's going to happen. And yeah, the teams will just walk away from each other.
Interesting. They're starting to posture around the Drake. It looked like maybe he was trolling, but Tristana looked like she was about to back.
He does have 1,200 gold here. And I think that's the... What item is that? It's kind of noob for me not to know. Oh, that is... What the hell is this item built out of now?
It gives you, like, movement speed.
No, I know. It gives you a bunch of stuff. I just forgot what that item actually builds out of now. Now that they've changed it like 10 trillion times. Vision here from No Reply being taken down. Bush League, traditionally known as the highest vision score support in TCL, showing this game and otherwise. I will say Spurg actually tying him in vision score early game, which is kind of impressive for a jungler. But yeah, off the leash here, a little bit stronger is just going to come and start the dragon. There's really no reason to stop it. And yeah, right now you've got a question is, what do? You going to give it to him? Going to do nothing? It looks like we're going to do nothing, and we are going to be given a dragon from off the leash here.
Almost stole that, it looked like.
He did, it was close. Wasn't quite enough, though.
I'm surprised they just let him have that, but I guess it is what it is.
TP, fight him. Ah, he's soft. He doesn't have 9 yet. I want to see these guys brawl. This is nothing like game 1 where they were like 4 and 6, 6 and 4. Oh, Pain Pecco goes in, stops the TP. That was a brilliant play by Pain Pecco. So, fun fact for everybody, Victor ult actually stops channels, which is like one of the weird parts of Victor ult, but he actually flashed in and stopped the TP from I'll take mid. I gotta say, that is a very heads-up play from Pain Pecco right there. Understanding the game, the champion, and stopping the TP to potentially save his bot lane. That's huge.
Yeah, this game's staying pretty even up here at 15 minutes, whereas the prior 2 games, there's a team that had significant lead by now.
Yeah, it was. Well, hey, listen, this is game 3. We want a competitive game 3. We don't want anyone to run away with it. Okay, here's the trade. Oh, Cal might take this. Cal might take this. I know Cal. I think he takes these. Yeah, Cal, I think you take those. You all, because the Sir and his E is almost down. Chuck getting potentially caught here. The sleep will be onto Spurg. Spurg wants to take it. It goes the wrong way. Unfortunately, you had a fork in the road and you took it. Yeah, game's not close. I disagree, Mr. Lucifer. I think you have no idea what you're talking about. Not because of that comment, just because of, in general. Game's close. Game's close.
Oh, they
All right, this will be a fight. The turret has been taken. Yeah, Jerks being backed up. Bush League goes in on Caridian, but that doesn't mean anything. I'll take Mid's going to be able to clean this up. Has the damage right there, and yeah, Bush League not able to really help his ADC there. Meanwhile, there is a Herald. Spurg debating whether he wants to jump in on it. Spurg's going to be joined by his mid laner, Pain Pecco. Here, this is a 3v1. Little Chuck, brother, you're getting... Ugh, you can't be there. Come on, man. Game's even. We got a Herald here. Gold is almost even. Herald is going to get taken by no reply. And, yeah, there's just a lack of focus here from off the leash. Caridian trying to at least find a tower. Does have the... able to walk back. Yep. Okay. Hey. Oh man.
Yep, that's the play.
Yeah, dude, this guy knows what he's doing. I feel like this guy was way undersold.
It's another great Zac counter that we need to see more is Thresh.
Yeah, like Thresh, Morgana, Poppy. Here it is, getting walked in. Yeah, I actually respect that decision. You don't want to take it all the way to the tower. That was a smart decision by Sir Aaron there. Yeah, this guy's crazy.
Pause.
Yeah, period of pause. Why don't you ask me a question for once? I always ask you the questions.
What did you do for Memorial Day?
I went to my brother's place.
Where does he live? Chicago?
Yeah, he's on one of the burbs, and he posted an Instagram story where he had like chalked up his backyard with like a baseball field and a... oh, this is a fight. They found Jerks! Beautiful ward!
Good place.
Whoever placed... Hold on, let's see if we can find who placed this ward. Thresh! Thresh! One more play from the man himself. Oh my god, this guy's crazy. That was a crazy ward right there. That's insane. Anyway, I was at my brother's place. Yeah, he chalked up a soccer field and a baseball field, and I texted him. I said, yo, brother, where's the invite? And he's like, so those are for the kids.
Oh, no.
Not for the adults, but you're welcome to come anyway. And so I did, and then I hit bombs on a bunch of kids fielding me. It was awesome.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah, it was great.
That's outstanding.
That was good. As one does.
We do have Drake coming up here. It's a hole you don't want to find yourself in when you're already down 3 Drakes and it's only 20 minutes.
You know about holes you don't want to find yourself in.
Valid.
There we go. Yeah, we got this coming up, and I think...
posture.
Yeah, if we look at red side vision here...
I think No Reply knows the severity of giving up this Drake, so they're trying their best to prevent it as soon as possible.
It is a best of 3 Lucifer, so this will be the final game, no matter what here. So we're looking at red side vision, and we have nothing
Very
here.
aggressive. They take it.
Will it be enough? The Thresh Hook won't hit. Calbert wants the fight. He's able to find the ult in. There will be a bit of a counter. Jerks goes over the wall. Will that be good or bad? Calbert is in, but he's already used his shield. He will go down. A little bit of a deep dive. I think that was a little bit too much. They lost the dragon and lost the fight. Question is what did you see? Because the rest of us didn't. Sir Aaron going to go on to Caridian. Oh, a great buster shot right there to get Caridian, or get the Jax back out. But Jerks will find the damage. The dive is on to find Nomad here on the Thresh. Spurg just not quite enough. He should have the cell division, I believe. I haven't seen it. Jerks in doing as much damage as you can. I'll take mid, able to find the charm. I don't think he has the follow-up damage. It's going to be really close. He doesn't find it. Huge play from Jerks, from Spurg, and from Pain Pecco finding the damage at the end. And ultimately, the question is what team has more stamina? And I think we're seeing it from No Reply.
That was insane. Ari had a chance to get that double kill, and it was just a little bit of a misplacement or a misplacement by some CC that caused that Q not to hit.
I just... Ari isn't an I'll take mid champ. She does a little bit of everything, but she doesn't do enough, right? He is good at taking champs that have really strong strengths in using them and really getting the best out of them. Yeah, we got the ult. Well, luckily that ult has like a 10-second cooldown.
Jax might find himself caught here. Oh, what a perfect...
Oh, Saran, a little damage. Uses the E a little bit late. That was a terrible move from Saran.
That was bold to go for that ward.
Yeah, giving up a huge bounty and still, yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Went for the ward, but he also didn't use his E at the beginning, which was a little bit questionable, unfortunately. But good find. Again, the Thresh is insane. We had a very close game going into our 22nd minute here. I guess going into our 23rd minute, if we're being specific.
Yeah, I think off the leash should continue to do what they're doing. You want to keep the game spread out, so set, pushing top. We have Ari pushing bottom. Just kind of keep them spread out because I don't think they want to find themselves in team fights at this time.
The only thing that I'm questioning is I actually really don't like this build from the Victor here. And of course I know that it's the same build that I ran on Victor in game 2 of the game that we played. But we had 3 tanks, and I think that here you just want to be able to one-shot the Tristana and the Ahri, because they will have to be far enough forward to actually be doing damage. That being said, the Baron is being taken. The TP does come in right here. Little Chuck trying to find his way in. He doesn't have a blast cone. He's not going to go. Oh, Chuck!
Oh, no.
There was a... Brother! There's a blast cone right here!
Oh, no.
Oh, Chuck, unfortunately, Chuck chucks, and he misses the flash. Does not go over, and, yeah, that's tough.
A big macro misplay. Before that Baron was even started, Tristana and Ahri were bot side before that Baron started.
Yeah,
and
you can't be there.
Immediately, no reply started the Baron once they saw Tristana was bot.
Yeah, that was very tough to watch. Same here. The Ahri is going with a Leandry's build, which I once again, I disagree with. If your goal is to, as an Ahri, to try to kill the Zac and the Leona, I maybe submit to you that you've picked the wrong champion. And I think
that's a good point.
Well, frankly, I'll take mid also plays Victor, and the Victor was played second, or was picked second. So like I think it was a wrong draft. I think he had to play very aggressive, go for the squishies, and he's just playing uncharacteristically soft.
This is a great time to have Baron, because what you're doing is you are setting up a pressure on bot lane right before Dragon spawns. It's a good time to have Baron.
Yeah, it's a good time to have Baron, and they're going to run this down. We got coming up in 20 seconds here, what's going to be the second dragon here for No Reply. Nothing too interesting. They have the Baron. They're going to take their second dragon. I think they found their requisite Baron tower. They probably won't go too farther than that. We got a TP coming in right here, and they're getting engaged on. So No Reply is going to go on here on off the leash, and I'll take mid, takes the TP just to make sure that his team's not going to get gone on. Oh, Jerks! Jerks goes in ham! He goes, and he's not even worried about the hook. Absolutely dodges it with the Lucian E. Calvert right now in the middle of 5 people. Going to get taken down. That was a disgusting play by Jerks. I got to give it all to him. Finds his way in, goes on the Thresh. Not even worried about the hook. Dodges it perfectly. Yeah, that was huge. Jerks, Jake from State Farm. Gigantic play. They're going to find the 3 for 0, and they're going to run it in mid lane here with the Baron.
Just incredible awareness from that from the ADC to know that he can just dash over that wall and only have to worry about Thresh on that side, because the rest of his team was off fighting the other 3.
I was telling Spirit the other day, I said, the thing about ADC is that you have to be one of the most aware players of all time to play it well, right? You have to be so aware of every enemy champion, where they are, all their cooldowns. And Jake from State Farm shows us that he knows how to do that as well as anyone in TCL can.
Absolutely. And as a result of that fight, we are looking at another dragon and map pressure all around. I think the Baron timer's almost over. At this point now, I mean, they're back in the game. They're up by 5K. Wow. I'm actually surprised by that.
They're up by 5K, but I don't know how much that 5K is going to mean. Let's look at the gold here. So we've got a little bit top lane. We got a whole lot jungle, and that is 2K. So yeah, so 2K of that 5K is on the Zac.
Yeah,
and the Zac will be huge,
insane.
but if you get on his carries, it's not going to matter. Right? Mid lane, okay, we got a huge lead mid lane, and I will say that the Victor, at least with that lead, will justify the ability of killing the Set and killing the Thresh with that build. You know, I wouldn't have built it, but maybe he'll prove me wrong there. Certainly could be, but yeah, that's where the lead is, right? You're actually having a deficit in the bot lane there.
Yeah.
And the Tristana's going to be big, so yeah, it's 5K, but I think this is this could be anybody's game. Mr. Rick, this is your cue to entertain the fans.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, even though, and the play that we saw from Jerks, even though he's 2-4, he's still the one making plays.
He is. This guy's kind of popping off. Interesting to see the Essence Reaver is taken over. Oh, that's a huge damage! Wait, hold on. We got to give that the credit it was due. I apologize. Pain Pekko is going to find the damage onto Lilia here. Yeah, he just goes in.
Zap.
He's not scared of anything. One zap.
Wow.
Look how far ahead he is. That's crazy. That is so much damage. And Calbert trying to find the damage back onto it. I don't think you engage. You just run away. That was 1 death, now 2 death that you didn't have to give back to it.
And right after that delete of Lilia, Zac was in the right place to just continue that fight and take care of Set.
Pain Pekko getting crap for being a new player, gapping who I guess we all thought was the best mid laner in the league, making him look silly. It's crazy.
They're down 2 guys. No reply, still has all 5. Push into the base here.
Still does. 1 Thresh hook on the right person once there's some respawns. Could change all of this. Zac looking to jump. Critty able to find the jump away. Thresh hook goes in, hits a minion, means nothing. Right there. Lil Chuck goes too far in, finds a sleep, but it doesn't matter. He gets taken down, and this might be the end of the game if they're able to find it. Hook goes on Spurg. They're going to back off. Target the Baron, not take too many risks. This is a 5v4, and there's some low health bars. So if actually, right here, if I'm off the leash, you go for the Baron right here. You actually kind of have to, because it is a 5v4. You have the 4, but they're all low HP. You take that fight because you're otherwise going to lose. Right here, we got the bush play. This is an Abarn-worthy play. Jerk's a little too far ahead. He's going to get gone on. Caridian finds the damage. I'll take mid. Finishes him off. That's huge. Jerks is dead. This could be the change of the entire game right there. Nomad in his Thresh, blocking everything for the team. Caridian trying to do damage. I'll take mid, doing his back. Spurg is so tanky, so much healing. But will there be enough damage? He goes Cell Division. That is exactly the play you wanted to make. Unfortunately, Jerks, you live and you die by Jerk because while he's been carrying some of these most recent fights, and the score doesn't look like it, but he has been, he also trolled that. He walked way too far ahead. He got caught. And right here, this is going to be a Baron, and Off the Leash is back in this game right now.
Oh my god. Caridian's awareness to not face check that bush that's right next to red, because that's where they were all standing.
Yeah.
He just sat there patiently in the bush next to it and waited for one of them to come out and instantly deleted them. That was well played by Caridian.
That was huge. That was absolutely huge. Jerk's been playing well, but he trolled that. He completely trolled that. He gave it away. Pain Pekko, I gotta say, the man is 5-0-11. He is up 2.5K on our friend I'll Take Mid. Having the game of his life, looking really, really, really strong on the Victor right here. Unfortunately, the Ahri just not able to do what she needs to do. Nomad able to find the flay and the hook. I don't think they have enough damage. I'll take mid going on Serrano at the top. We got 2 fights across everything. Serrano in the middle of 3 people. He is going to go down. They're going to get the heal right there from the Crypt Bloom. Payne Pecco a little far forward. The hook's going to hit. That is a massive hook. That is a massive hook from Nomad. Completely game-changing. Though 5-0 in 11 Victor has been taken down. The unkillable Demon King has been taken. And this game has completely been turned around here from off the leash. Thanks to a fantastic play from Nomad.
What a hook. And to know that that means to securing the one Drake that you need to get you 1 point away from the soul. You have Baron. You're going to be able to farm away at these super minions. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about closing the gap. I mean, there's only a 2k difference now.
Yeah, this is tough, man. This is really, really tough, and most of your diff here is still on the mid lane, a little bit in the jungle, but I gotta say, you know, while you're down gold, if you're off the leash, you know, you got a very, very large Tristana. You got a Thresh who's making plays. And Lilia and Set are just going to do Lilia and Set things, and I have not really seen much out of Soraren. He might be 4-3-3, but he's not making a big difference in these fights. So if I'm off the leash, this is my zone. I'm in the exact right place here. So
yeah, it's just a matter of kind of just taking back control of the map, keeping pressure where you can. And it looks like Set making a play on bot lane. That's an excellent time. And there it goes, a turret. Might even be able to continue pushing. Chooses to reset.
It is getting very even from a gold perspective here. I almost wonder why you don't just group up and look for a hook and siege. Maybe the count, like if you're well warded, Spurg is your counter siege. Engage here.
Yeah, there's can't be too much Baron time left.
Oh, you have an Ari, you have a Tristana, people who can get away from it. Curious what you're so scared of right here. Maybe it's the butterflies. Well, we got a upcoming 35-minute game. Two teams very even. This is exactly what we wanted after after Sandy's team got completely schlopped. Day one, day two, we had a similar outcome. Finally, some real gameplay.
It looks like Jax is going to go answer the set. Zach seems to be interested as well.
It's interesting that you cut in immediately as I started talking about your team getting wrecked. I'm just kidding. Jax in right here. Calbert is in on the fight. Sir Aaron, not that strong by himself, but the Zach has shown up. Set trying to do the best that he can, but he doesn't have enough to protect him. That's going to be a kill. And I don't think they're going to lose anything for that. Yeah, I guess they lose the tower. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, good on off the leash for at least taking a tower for that.
Yeah, you bring two guys top to stop Calbert. You really hope that there's a payoff, and they did get a mid tower. That's very important. I think that was overall a positive for off the leash.
Tiny Rick, I'm impressed at your ability to not talk shit in response to my on-cast flaming of your team.
I think we're only a couple steps away from being competitive.
I agree. Now you guys are you guys have the skill. You just got to find the kind of the team cohesiveness. You know.
Yeah, the synergy is just not there, but it's coming.
Yeah,
don't you worry.
There. Yeah. I'll see you, as everyone says, I'll see you in the finals.
I think what we just need is a Zach, and everything's fine.
Yeah, why didn't you play? You played Nautilus and a Mumu.
Well, the Nautilus was a bad idea. But
what is happening here? They actually don't know I'll take mids here. That's funny. Yeah, they don't know he's here. Spurs. Yeah, they actually don't know he's there. That could have been interesting. Did you by chance see Black Hole Sun P's Amumu from yesterday?
I did not.
He went 1-14 on Amumu.
Oh, he built. Actually, I did see because he built damage, didn't he?
He built tank, but he built first item Leandries after smoking what I assume was 3 bowls worth of marijuana, as I've been told from his team. They've told me they're going to reduce the marijuana intake. Oh, Calbert has been trolled by the blast cone. Or was he? I don't know. Jerks could take it down. Maybe that was a good thing. It's kind of a 1-for-1 in terms of damage. I'll take mid. Finds the flash out. He's got like 10 HP left. Will Spurg be able to get on top of him? Little Chuck gets taken down in the middle of the team. Nomad's low. I'll take mid is low. 2 people. Are they going to be able to get taken down? The outcome will be very different.
And he does.
Q is off. And yeah, it was a troll. That was a terrible blast cone. What is up with blast cones this week, guys? Stop blast coning your teammates to their deaths. It's happened like 4 times. Every series it's happened. Yeah, that was a blast cone gameplay right there.
And what do you know? We have a Baron up just in time for 3 people to be dead. If you aren't taking this Baron right now, what are you doing with your time?
Caridian, I don't know, man. He actually wants this. Why doesn't the Jax go? That was bold. I think the Jax just goes on that and kills the Tristana who had jumped into him, but what do I know? I'm just a mid laner. Right here, uncontested, the Baron will be, and we've got no reply here, finding their Baron, winning game 1, going into game 2 with a pretty convincing loss, but they are going after this Nexus. Game 3 with a Baron at 27 minutes. The teams are full of items. We have four items on the Victor, 4 items on the Lucian, the people that matter. The Jax has 4 items too. Get a lot of strong people with a lot of gold that want to kill the opponent. So we're going to see what happens here.
Yeah, I mean, does this game even last until the soul point? But, I mean, Chemtech, you get a soul point, all 4. But Baron, I mean, you can put pressure on the map. When is the Chemtech?
Or what Control and Eli called Chemtech?
Is it not Chemtech anymore, or what's it called?
Well, I don't know if that's PG-13. They call it Cum Tank.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess that's, yeah, I don't know.
I'm a little slow.
Yeah, I don't know if that's PG-13.
I'm on 3 units of bourbon.
3. Where's the 4th? What are you waiting for?
I like to keep things odd numbered.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Well, then you just slam 1 shot and then bring back the 5th.
Yeah, that's true. Then you're really going to make me have a good morning.
That's right. Yeah, so that's by 9 a.m. And then the rest are later. Jerks going in with the calling on the Nomad, not realizing that tanks build armor. A very surprising fact in League of Legends that he has learned today. And yeah, Nomad not going to take too much here. There is a potential return angle.
Can we just comment on the size of Zach right now? He is massive. Look at the size of that boy.
He is a BZ right there, Big Zach.
Yes.
TP is coming through right here. It's going to be the set. Wants to find the take back right there. He's going to try to ult Spurg back. No, he ult Spurg forward. Actually, it worked out better because Jerks is going down. I'll take mid. Oh, Jerks! Jerks with so much damage back on it. I'll take mid. He completely one-shots him. Hold on.
Wow.
This is worth the replay. This fight was absolutely cursed until Jerks here. 1-shots. I'll take mid.
Wow.
Jerks and Pain Pecco, both of them. That was actually, honestly, that was probably more Pain Pecco than Jerks. That was a huge play.
And when you thought that Set just had the most perfect ult, just taking
Zach
with all that health, and it looked like that play was going to work. And
well, for being behind, that's all you could ask for. But Pain Pecco, 8-1, Jerks, doing as much damage as he can right before he dies. That's huge. Saren goes in, perfectly buffered by Caridian. I don't think it's going to matter. This should be the end of the game.
This is going to be an end.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it should be a lot of damage. Oh, he is able to find the Buster Shot. Sir Aaron gets saved. Comes out a little bit of Triumph, a little bit of the Sterix Gauge. And this is going to be a win for no reply after all of the shit talking.
Oh, wow. What an excellent end, man. If you could end the game on a fight, that's the one you want to end. What a week 1 for...
After all the shit talking from Calbert and from I'll Take Mid, they're going to go down. They're going to get completely smoked from 2 new players, the mid and the ADC, from Pain Pecco, Jerks, leading the team along in that last fight, the 2 of them working together impeccably. Let's look at the damage graph here. Let's find ourselves over, of course, for bug, because this client sucks. find our way to the damage graph because you're going to see that Pain Pecco, as expected, did so much damage here. Completely leading the damage graphs.
Oh my goodness.
Huge. Huge, 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 huge. Lucian was good. The problem is the Lucian's not going to be killing tanks. Honestly, can we look at the Zac?
Yeah. Managed to outdamage the Lucian.
Yeah, Zac. By the way, Zac, no Leandries, no anything. Dude had a Sunfire and a Thornmail and outdamaged his ADC. Yeah, I don't even know what you say about that. Listen, I have a clear pick here for my MVP. Curious what you think.
You want me to say who I think it should be before you reveal who you think it should be?
Yeah, then we can discuss.
Okay. Oh, that's tough. I mean, I think you probably want to give it to Spurg. That's the biased in you, isn't it? But
I was going to give it to Spurg.
Yeah. I think I'll have to agree with you because you did put up a good argument as to why he deserved it in game one, and I think he deserves it in this game too.
No, it was crazy. I mean, listen, you're a Zac doing more damage than your ADC, who by the way, I will say, like, while Jerks looked good, he looked mechanical, he trolled for the first half of the game, right? Pain Pecco, I got to give it to him. He had a good couple games. I don't think there was anything remarkable that I saw. I think he did his job. He did a really good job, and I have to give him a lot of credit for that, especially for how he played against I'll Take Mid. But you actually look back at all of those fights, Jarvan doing the second most damage on the team, doing as much as he did here on Zac as full tank Zac, doing that much damage. Watching the mechanics from game one, watching him on Zac just blow up the entire enemy team over and over. To me, it's Spurg, but if you feel otherwise, let me know.
No, I think I have no choice but to agree with you. I mean, it's just there's just too many plays, just too much influence that he had on the game to really go anywhere else with it.
Agreed. Spurg, you are here with us. Are you here? Let's confirm that first.
I am, yeah. It's Spurg MVP for a reason, and I'm upset that it wasn't a lock for Rick as well.
Well, Rick, I mean, he's like a silver jungler. You can't expect him to know anything. No, just kidding. Love you, buddy. Spurg, so you are on a team with, with Pain Pecco, who is a new player. We know nothing about the guy. Tell me what it's like to be on his team instead of the TCL God Kings team.
Are you referring to yourself with that remark?
Of course I am.
Oh, well, I'll say it's much nicer. He demands nothing of me. I get to play my own game, and look at that. We come out with W's.
You did. Well, listen, we came out with W's until Espen was on our team and Ryoklu, did her thing. So I will say, we've had some W's too. No, just kidding. I love y'all. But no, you guys played incredible. So talk to me about the prep, the planning that went into these games, because I felt like with the draft, you generally got literally everything you wanted. I didn't feel like there was any big mistakes. I felt like everyone was playing the champs that suited them. The comps went well. Was there planning or did it just happen?
I mean, we did a little bit of planning beforehand. I mean, we met, the hour long, got in a flex queue game and just talked about champ select a little bit. I mean, there wasn't a ton of planning. I never got my Skarner. They decided to ban that out every time. And our game plan was kind of fairly clear. It's let's ban, Cal's Tom Kench. It's an easy pick to play. It can have a lot of impact. It's unkillable at times. And then save the other 4 bans for I'll Take Mid.
So you usually, on that note, I'll Take Mid is the bear, right? He's the person that everyone's scared of, that you have a tough time against. If you either win by I'll Take Mid or you lose by him. What was the plan to shut him down, especially as he picked some kind of interesting, uncharacteristic picks? Did he play into your plan, or did it just work out that way?
It sort of just worked out that way. I mean, we didn't actually talk a lot about, what's going to be the macro going into the game, since, I mean, I feel that sort of takes away from playing the map where it stands when you're in game. But personally, my plan was to sit mid as much as possible, and I was able to do that in game 1 and game 3, and get a bunch of ganks and make sure that Pekko didn't have a terrible time in lane.
Yeah, and it worked out well. Payne Pecco did incredibly well. Forgot to mention Jerks. You actually have 2 new players. How was playing with Jerks as someone who's witnessed his first TCL series?
They're great. Yeah, Pekko and Jerks are both awesome. I mean, we've got a lot of voices when it comes to our macro play. I mean, obviously Sir Aaron's got some professional experience, and Pekko, Jerks, and Bush are all super vocal about sort of what we're planning to do. There was times where the execution was a little off, but I think we were all sort of on the same page about next moves.
Yeah, that's good. Mr. Rick, what do you have for our friend Spurg?
Yeah, I guess I just have one question specifically. Was there any significant changes that you guys talked about making between game 2 and game 3? Because, game 2 obviously didn't go your guys' way. Things seemed to go to the side of off the leash pretty early in the game. Is there something you guys decided to change up with your champ select going into game 3 and how you guys wanted to approach it?
Well, we wanted to get Chuck back on the Lilia. We saw that was our win condition. So we picked the Zach, so he wasn't able to take that Lilia this time.
Okay, so just kind of just narrowed it down to one position and said, how can we?
Is that like an actual counter?
Yeah. You just put Chuck on something that's not a tank, and you win the game. I think.
I see. I was actually hoping to see his Viego. I think he's a good Viego player, but just pick the Lily again, and I don't think it worked out.
And I will say, you didn't really get to see a lot of the huge pop off that Jerks is capable of. You saw it some in game 1, the solo kill or the bot lane versus bot lane kills down there. But he's actually incredible. You're dogging him a lot. I don't think he deserves that.
What do you mean dog? I didn't dog him once. I was pumping him up, except for at the end when.
Except for what he said he entered the first half of the game.
Well, he was 2-5. He was 2-5.
That's not inting. He was just being targeted.
Yeah, right. Of course. Well, listen. He played some. He showed some mechanics. Had some good stuff at the end there, but I give it to you again. I think you were a big reason that the team won and was able to create the plays and put the pressure on mid. And the thing about mid, I've always said this, like when you play against I'll Take Mid, he plays team deathmatch. If you don't lose team deathmatch and you play the map, you win the game against him. And you guys showed that. So I thought that was incredible play. Well done. Rick, anything else before we go?
I think that sums it up. Is there any shout outs you want to give Spurg before you go? Any team shout outs? I know you already said something about Jerks. Do you think he deserved the MVP?
Oh no, I absolutely deserved it. Let's not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I will shout out. Bush, incredible engages. He's playing those champs he loves to play, and it's working for us, and I love that. And shout out Sir Aaron. Putting Calvert in his place for a lot of those top lane matchups.
He did. Yeah. No, Calvert. Honestly, Calvert would not shut the F up for like the week before this.
He did have some distractions. I will give him that. He certainly had some distractions this game.
True.
Being on baby duty while trying to play.
No, he did give me that whole thing. I'll give that to him. But watching Calvert lose, I think, is not quite as fun as watching Abarn lose, but probably close. And he did lose. So anyway.
Wow.
All right, folks. Hey, Spurg, thank you so much. Fantastic game. Go celebrate. Thanks for joining us. Yep. GG's. All right, folks, this wraps it up for week 1 of TCL Season 8. Thank you all so much for joining us. We had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. I hope you enjoyed our incredibly stupid cast. We will be back in week 2 next week on Sunday night. So please tune in. Please be back. We're so happy to have you. And thanks for tuning in tonight.
Thanks for having me. I had a great time. TCL till I die.
Woo-hoo! See y'all.
See ya.